Tell us where you was born and raised and the sort of stuff you was into as you was a kid.
Born and raised in Southsea, England, still same place to this day. Grew up, I guess, like a lot of kids in England, playing football and cricket. My dad was quite into cricket, did a little bit of badminton, that kind of thing outside of school. Got quite good at football, and was striker, and peak season, scored 27 goals in one season. And this is sort of how I got into BMX, you see.
Okay.
Because the coach was like effing and blinding at me to track back, and I'm like, but I'm striker. I'm gonna sit around the sort of midway, and if the ball comes that way,
that's you.
I'm on it. That's my job.
How old were you at this point?
What, about 10?
Okay.
Little Effraim, not like now. And then I got fed up at the coach one day, and then I took a different walk home from where I was playing, which ironically is where I teach Flatland to this day. I came across a skate park, and I was pretty lucky at that period to have Carlo Griggs there.
Oh, really?
And Craig Campbell. And these guys were like, you know, doing whatever they're doing, and I didn't know what they were doing. And I went home and then went down the newspaper shop and sort of thought, I've got to find out what is this. And I was asking questions. What is this? What are they doing? Because I never taught BMX before at that point. I found BMX Action Bike. Andy Patterson was on the cover. And then I went back a week later. I'm pestering my mum and dad for a whole week. Like, I'm done with football. Done. This is it.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do.
What year was this?
Would have been 85.
Okay.
Well, I was early 85, so it would have been like February, something like that.
All right.
And they were practicing. I'm guessing they were practicing. I know that now, but I think they were practicing for King of Skateparks.
Okay.
So you can imagine 10-year-old Effraim goes in the skate park, Craig Campbell, smooth as you like, one hand, 1 foot, like level with the top of the foot slap board, which that doesn't happen to this day.
Okay.
Like, that is...
Pro like Craig Campbell, this is, isn't it?
What's it pro like?
In 85, he was pro.
Yeah. Carlo was on a Skyway.
Okay.
Skyway, what was that? Skyway, not Street Beat, the other one. What was it called?
Styler.
Styler. It's like
Styler. It might have been.
Is it called a Styler?
Yeah. Street
like
Styler.
That's it. And then I made friends with Jamie Morley, who was he had his dad Bernie had a bike shop called White Hawk BMX.
Okay.
They advertised in BMX Action Bike and stuff like that.
I remember the name Jamie
So
Morley.
you can imagine, like, you're tied into a bike shop. You know, you're like, whoa, this
Coming
guy.
together, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like going back every weekend. And then I taught my mum and dad. We went to my grandma. She lives in Burnley, up north, and there's a BMX shop there, Burnley BMX Centre, and I got this Mongoose wire wheel for 120 quid.
Okay.
And then I take it back straight away. I'm like, right guys, what do I learn? You know, just curious kid. And then I said, how often do you come here? Like, it's not very far for me to ride down here, you know.
Yeah.
So I'd go down there every weekend, and I made friends with...
To the skate park?
Yeah, I made friends with the locals, which they became like the gods to me, like Vince Gregory, James Booth, Jamie Morley, Kevin Chambers, Carl Westfield, a few others. And then I realised after that Carlo was not
from Southsea,
and Craig Campbell wasn't from Southsea.
Okay.
But I'm like, well, who was that guy that was there for, you know, ripping the keyhole? No, that's Craig Campbell. He's like #1 in the UK. I'm like, oh, right, okay. And then the manager, John Thurston, was like, see me every week getting better and better, practicing just basic tricks on the ground. Because I used to practice outside my mum and dad's house. Learned half of my like first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Every trick was.
What would you have? Just that Mongoose, or did you change bikes?
I had a Mongoose wire wheel for about 1.5 years, and then I got a second-hand Skyway Street Beat. You know, the one with had like the indent on the top tube.
Yeah.
Might have got that from Jamie Morley, maybe. Anyway, Jamie Morley sort of took me under his wing, and then I would managed to piss him off a little bit because I was learning all his tricks.
Okay.
When you're a kid, you don't realise, like I was saying to you off air, like doing people's tricks right in front of them and can leave a bad taste. But I just didn't care. I was just...
Well, you're 10 or 11 or whatever.
Yeah, infatuated with this thing that was BMX.
And he was a name, Jamie Morley. I remember he was. Did he ride for Skyway at one point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Still friends with Jamie to this day. There we go, wrecking the joint.
Sorry about that, mate. It's all right.
Yeah, I didn't realise that I grew up in, and was seeing all this stuff right on my doorstep, and you don't. Just mind blowing to see.
It's just
Craig.
That's just how it goes. That's your only perception of it.
And Craig was one of my favourite riders, and I just loved how smooth he was. And then Carlo was just like it. I was called Carlo's genius. Like I've gone to his ramp and watched him go 14 foot, and you can't even hear him. All you hear is the tyres.
Yeah.
And Carlo was a big help with me and my riding. Like he would always invite me down to his house.
Oh, cool.
And we'd ride in the front, and he'd come back from America with all the latest tricks. He's like, try this, and then it's, we're jumping ahead of here, but he said that I was sort of the reason why he stopped riding flat, because he realised that I was picking it up. Like he's like, oh, bollocks to this, and I was the other way around. I'm like, how can you ride with Carlo? Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm struggling to get a foot, John. And then you got this guy going, 14-foot pendulum airs, and I'm like, what is that? It's not reachable.
Yeah, it's not human. He's like one of them.
But I realised now that he was just like a genius. He could do, he did the first 1080 ever done at Southsea out of the bowl. And I'm like, what year was that? It was like 88 maybe?
Oh, really?
On a Airmaster, yeah, it's huge. And I still talk about it to people today, like hauling ass and landed over by the toilets. That's far.
Wow.
He did like one trick and left. It was just Carlo to the T.
No way. Well, so what about going back? What about the locals at Southsea? You wasn't riding when that freestyling piece came out?
No.
Okay,
no.
so that was before your time.
Just before me.
So you don't remember the keyhole before they built that extension?
I do, yeah.
Oh, you do remember the keyhole before that?
Yeah,
okay.
I was there the day they put the vert on there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I was there.
What?
So John Thurston, who ran the park at the time, rest in peace, John, he was one of my biggest inspirations as well. He was the manager. He didn't ride, but he was a roller skater, and he'd do the roller hockey in the rink. They were called Dexatex, the team, and they had people jumping out to flat, and you break your legs.
What, on roller skates?
No, on bikes.
On bikes, okay, jumping out and
break your legs.
Okay.
So they started to put a platform on there, and then obviously Craig and everyone they were going there a lot. And there's talk of this king of skateparks, and I remember him putting the breeze blocks on.
Oh, no way.
And then he did the cement on there, and a miracle to this day.
He put it up himself?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the miracle to this day looks like the day it was put on there, John. I'm like, how did he do that? And then, the rest is history, but I can remember the first people riding it. Yeah, like I said, I was out at the park and I was asking him, how high is that going to be? And he's like, well, going to be about 3 foot extension. So I think the bowl, last time I tried to measure it was about 16 foot. So that's 19 foot.
What, from the bottom to the top?
To the extension, yeah. That's 19 foot.
I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
And
it's a big radius. See.
Why was it put there? Do you know? Because really you can only go to the
one way, yeah,
to the left.
I always associated it with Craig and Neil.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Because Carl Westfield was a bit of a genius, and you have to know the skate park to know that he was the Don.
Yeah.
Because everybody else was piling from the back of the skate park, and there's a mogul bowl, which is where Neil Ruffle first did the fast pump.
The peanut.
Pictured in an action bike. You really know what I'm on about.
Yeah.
Orange Skyway Street.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, Carl would just picture his back wheel right at the edge of that bowl, which is,
not far. Yeah.
It's not far at all. 2 pedals, top of the foot board, but
not off the extension.
Not off the extension, so it's actually higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. And later on, there's Mark Likely as well, who went even more left of that. And he aired just to the left of the foot board and would go stupid high as well.
Why? How comes Carl Westfield could go so?
I don't know. He just had a
spokes and hard tyres.
Skyway TA Pro Class wheels.
Legendary pump.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, come in bio before you knew what bio was.
I remember a couple of pictures of him.
Super good. Super good. Anyway, I was blessed to grow up with Carl, like James Booth, like I said, Vince Gregory, Martin Knight was another one who was really good. They all sort of took me under their wing, John, so I'm really lucky. Like I think to now, you know, like what people have, and I try and encourage all the kids that come in the park. We've got quite a good local scene, and I bring them all in and like learn all the basics, you know, like they're all seeing like what Logan Martin's doing. Like, got one kid who learned to do a 360, and 2 weeks later he's doing 360 flips. I'm just like, that's wrong, mate.
Yeah.
Well, we go, come back,
reel it in,
come back and learn to do a foot jam, learn to do disaster both ways, tie tap both ways. You know, I just look at it like BMX catches you up if you don't pay attention to the basics. It's gonna bite you on the arse, which sure enough it did. That kid broke his hand. You know, it's too much, too soon. You know, and I think I was lucky with people back in the day of the Skyway guys and the skate park trick team, as it was called back then. You know, they sort of taught me all this. Well,
you didn't have any option back then because you couldn't move on to that level.
And I didn't have any videos to look at. It was just, you got to bear in mind, it was probably just once a week seeing what these guys were doing, and then seeing how progressive they were. And then I would see them in the magazines later on. I'm like, oh, these are the guys in the magazine. This is amazing. Like, and some of those guys, you know, were massively underrated. I think in the UK scene, no one really talks about Vince, for example. Super good.
And was it James Booth?
James Booth was amazing, yeah.
And Kevin Chambers.
Kevin Chambers really good, yeah.
Those were
Nick Jeffries was another really good one.
Yeah. He stayed in it a little bit longer, didn't he? He was on Pro Light.
Factory, Pro Light and Skyway.
Okay.
I want to say it was Skyway first.
Yeah, it would have been because 85 was.
Yeah, so I got a Skyway Street Beat, and then because I idolised Craig, got a Pro Light. And I think Carlo was using one as well, so it's like, oh, you kind of got to have this frame, like. And then I was just in love with it, John. It's just like, it's ironic really, because I got out of playing football because of the coach, and now I'm sort of coaching these kids, but I'm not yelling at them. Like, yeah, that's the thing.
Different time as well, wasn't it? It was like,
that's the thing. I'm trying to help them, like. And it's just so different. And I'm just really thankful. Like, I grew up riding everything in the skate park.
So you coach in the skate park?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All the time, yeah.
Maybe people don't know that you work at Southsea skate park.
I'm manager, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Battling still with along the same years as Romford, I guess, 1978. But I think we're the longest running, because Romford closed for a few years, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because they had all sorts of problems, didn't they? Yeah. We had some of the managers come down and ask for the advice off us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple of years ago that was. I guess the new guys, whoever they are, came down and asked about what we do with running the park, what certain things we do, even having the shop there.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's really important to have a shop there. It's community, like I said to you with your shop. It's amazing. You come in and you're seeing something that's not online. It's
substance.
It's tangible. You can hold it. Exactly. It's like print. You can hold it. You see the picture. That's how you get someone hooked. You don't get someone hooked.
Well, like you say, it's a community. So instead of you just being on your phone or your computer or whatever, or at home doing whatever, you're interacting with other people who also.
That's why I think skating is big. They've still got Thrasher, and you still. You know, you still have that tangible thing where you've got a picture in a magazine and there's so much sicker.
You can be part of it.
Yeah.
Like instead of just a viewer.
Absolutely, yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. And what kind of people, how many people do you get in through Southsea, like an average?
Quiet at the moment, but like we do a mini wheeler session, which is like 12 and unders. In the peak in the summer, 83 kids was a record.
In a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like at the moment, 12 till 3, 3 till 6. More often than not, we open at 12 o'clock because we've got the flamethrower out, drying the park, frantically trying to get it open. So, because you don't take a lot of money in the shop unless you're open. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, I think pretty average in January was like 35, 40 people.
Oh, so pretty
12
good.
to 3, yeah, pretty good. I mean, the BMX scene's always been pretty strong in Southsea, so it's a lot of scooters, don't get me wrong, but we do have a pretty strong BMX scene, and the Flatland scene's pretty big as well, actually. So lucky, you've got like 6 people riding Flatland as well. So it sort of all adds to it. You know, it's all BMX to me. That's what I think. It's all BMX. It's you take little things from each part of BMX, like I do. I try and do stuff that's I've taken from somewhere else. You know, it doesn't have to be all Flatland stuff. You know.
Yeah, of course. What was like? What else? Going back to the early days, like what was the first? Other than going to Southsea skatepark and seeing those guys, you was at the first, not the first, the second king of the skateparks, which was Southsea. You went to that day, yeah?
Yeah, and this was one of the wildest things that I still laugh at myself. Right, I was amazed. Right, so Peter Hawkins had the Beyond van, and Craig came out with green tyres, green Tufts, with the green stickers on the pro light. I was absolutely amazed. I was sold, and I was like, man, what would I react to? How would a kid react to that now? If I was that kid, would I react in the same way? Everybody was bowled over because I'm guessing back then, I don't really remember a coloured tyre as such. Not everything was
green. Like you'd have seen red or blue or yellow, but green. I think green was a new colour.
I think I had red, yeah, but I'd never seen green or. Just the fact that it was Craig, I think I just like bowled over with it. It's marketing genius, really, back then, which I think we're missing a little bit of that nowadays. But yeah, it's a lot of talk about Craig, obviously, but made a big impression on me, and I just that's what I remember. And Neil was there. There was like a big battle, Craig versus Neil.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, in the mag.
But the standout was Neil's one hand, one foot was. There's a picture of it on
Zines.
My God, you put it on there. It's still, look at it now and stand in that spot and go, that's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
To this day, like I've seen guys come and ride it. Like Joe Rich was there maybe 10 years ago. He was airing off the extension though.
So he goes more naturally. He goes like to the right. Doesn't he? But he was airing. To the left. He can do he can do it all.
Bonkers, yeah. And there was the other dude that was there recently. Ruben did the gap to Ruben wall ride down the footstep board. That was.
Oh no way.
You know, all these things have just come around. You know.
What about? Did you see Eric and Jess ride at that King of the Scope?
Jess did a 540.
Oh really?
That was the first 540 I saw. Yeah, on to the left of the extension.
Oh wow!
So yellow GT.
Because someone was telling me he was doing alley-oops off the extension, which I was like pretty impressed with.
Yeah.
And Eric just ate shit first thing he did, I think.
Eric's Eric, isn't he? He's a genius though. He was so good though. I was just like amazing. So far removed from what I I grew up in a quite lucky, I think, middle class background, and see this guy aggro as you like.
Oh, it was groundbreaking.
Was it OHC? Was that like
only half crazy?
Only half crazy. Dean Rush.
Yeah.
And then I just remember he got angry and he had like piercing in nipples and just ripped it off. Ah! I was just like, oh my god! Like, and I remember that Carlo used to just talk about him all the time. Like, nah, he's the man. Like Carlo loved him. Yeah. And I was like, all right, okay. I'm like, man, it's sketchy though, isn't he? And but it was good to watch.
Yeah, he was unreal. I think he, like you said before, he's someone who doesn't get
groundbreaking though. Like the hand plants and you're like
540s.
What is he doing?
He had a different brain.
540 at whole shot was insane, and you're like, it's exciting, and you don't realise it when you're younger because you see Craig and then you see this guy and you're like, oh man, look at the difference. But now you'd be like, well, he's the man.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
and I think he's getting his flowers now, which is I really love to see that. I think Eric was one of the best. Like I said to you, it's not about results.
Yeah,
what did he contribute to the sport or the art form?
Which way did he push?
Yeah, and I think he pushed a lot, and it's not about results. He was, and the other guy you asked about people coming to the park, Mike Canning. He was like on a GT, and never forget it. We had the quarter pipes. Both ends. So if you imagine where the reception building is, there was a quarter pipe, and then you ride past the bandstand, and then you've got a quarter pipe next to the changing rooms.
Yeah.
And he did what me and Mike O'Connell call a cakewalk, so no foot can, one hand. It had to be like 10 foot out and on this GT. And again, Carlo said he was going to get him on Skyway. Nah, no way. He was too aggro for me. And I'm like, this ain't going to happen. And he's doing like 270 click lookbacks without moving the pedals the wrong way around, because it kind of drives me mad in the modern era that everyone goes opposite.
Okay.
And then they do a look back, which is essentially a turn down because they didn't switch the pedals. I'm like, can we stop this? You're driving me nuts here. It's not. That's something else. That's not a look back. It's different.
What about if you're goofy footed naturally though?
Then it would just be goofy look back, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be straight. Like what I'm saying is, Mike did it.
Mike did it with his foot off though.
Because of the coaster. Like Dino DeLuca, you can't stay with your foot.
Dave Frame.
His foot come off though.
His foot comes off, and he's got free will.
Naughty though, wasn't it?
I mean, I think that's one of the best looking tricks out there that no one.
But no one does it properly though.
I think
not to this day. Who does one?
What, a normal look back? No, I think a normal
regular
look back
stance
with the foot off looks better than.
Yeah, but regular stance. Who does it?
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody.
No one I can think of it either. Guaranteed that I'm missing someone, but like
Bestwick.
The last person that I saw
Bestwick would be the one I would think.
Jay Mirren used to do it pretty good.
Yeah.
But that was, we're going back 20 years or something on that one. But
the beast.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm all for it.
But yeah, I remember Mike would, they're part of the folklore of the skate park where all the locals we just talk about. I remember that all the guys like Martin Knight, still talk to Martin to this day. James Booth, Kevin Chambers, I still talk to those guys.
Oh, no way.
And they all talk about all the guys that are not factory. So they're talking about Mike, they're talking about, there was also a kid from Bournemouth that was really good, Stephen Bird, who was like one of my contest rivals when I was younger. He was so much better than me. He was so good on ramps, and I'm just like, man, how's the kid so good at that age? It's awesome though.
Yeah.
It's great. People pick up different things,
Was the quarter pipe set up?
I think it was the ramp from Kellogg's,
Was that always set up there in a couple of years? Okay, because they had that up for the Skyway demo where Hugo came to Southsea.
Yeah.
Was you at that?
Yeah.
Okay.
that was mad.
Unreal, yeah.
Where he did the canyon for the first time.
Yeah.
And we're like, what is that? You got to think, John, that didn't exist.
Yeah.
That did not, to my knowledge, didn't exist. And we were like, what is it? What's the canyon?
Yeah.
So like making
it big as well, wasn't it?
He was making it further and further. It started normal.
Okay.
Like how they did it, like half pipes and stuff like that. They would be like a
2
3
feet,
foot,
3 feet, yeah.
And the pump bump in,
Yeah.
rolling. But yeah, they got further and further. As my memory serves, it's nothing like what Greg Guillot did at Meanwhile, but it's like
it's big. I've
6
seen
foot,
pictures.
6 foot, and it's gnarly, and you're like, no way. And again, he was a bit like Eric. He's like loose, and you're like, God, it's exciting, and then like that rink is massive. So to have a quarter pipe one end and then two the other, you're hauling ass to get across that, hauling ass.
And what was that Skyway demo they did?
Yeah.
Eric was at that as well, wasn't he?
And there was a GT demo that I went to with Dave Breed and
I went to that, yeah.
Eddie
Not
Fiola.
Southsea, I went to the one here, Pickett's Lock,
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
They're all things that change your life, really, John. It just affects how you see it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have any videos.
Pivotal points.
Yeah, that you didn't have any videos, so that was it. I don't even know how we found out about it. Maybe just the manager or said, yeah, I've got GT team coming. Really? Oh, cool.
Yeah, flyers on the wall or something.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but I just remember tours would come through quite a lot. And you before, I don't even know at what point I was hooked on it. I think straight away, to be honest.
And you rode like everything, Flatland, ramp, you rode
years,
for a long time, didn't you?
Would peck away at any trick as possible, learn every trick both ways, 360s out the bowl both ways, no foot can 360s over the spine, no handed 360s over the spine.
Wow.
No handed.
Yeah. When did you like leave Southsea to go and ride some other scene?
Pretty early actually. We'll go down to Carlo's a lot.
Okay.
And he always would try.
How far was that? 20 miles or something?
Yeah, as the crow flies, it's like right next door. We can almost see it. But you have to go around the coastline. So I'd say it's half an hour drive, but it was an hour on the train, and then you got to ride half an hour from Pagham station to his house. And it was just like you're going to visit a god to me. So I would just go and do it in the pouring rain, and like, I knew I wouldn't be able to ride, but I was just like, I'm just going to go and hang out with Carlo. You know, we've watched
how
videos.
old was you at this, like 14 or something?
A couple of years into it, yeah. So after it would have been after I won whole shot.
Oh, you won whole shot? Which one?
That's another story. Hang on. It would have been about 14, yeah.
When you won whole shot, what was you, 14 plus or 12 plus?
12s.
Okay.
And the story was, John, I won the Flatland, right? And it's the first time I had to go against David Frame.
Okay.
And I was scared to death. And Carlo said, you're going to have to practice for this. He's gonna murder you. I'm like, yeah, it's stuck in my head. He's like, yeah, this was in the summer. You got to start getting ready for a whole shot. I'm like, fucking hell, David Frame, it's like a god.
Yeah.
He used to be in the age group above me, you see, and he's doing 540s, and I'm getting 2 out of max. You know, and then for Flatland, he was always good as well. So I was just like petrified. I practiced this run so much, John. I always remember this story, and I tell people when I'm coaching them now, is that you had a minute Flatland run, and I had to run so dialed I was doing a minute and a half run in a minute.
All right.
Because I practiced for like 6 months. Every day I was like, right, gonna do this.
Would he have a minute? Would he have a half a minute?
That was in the run. Because I was so dialed, I was just like ding, 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 trick, like worked on the skill and dead time between the tricks.
Quicker, okay.
Yeah, and I just thought, bloody hell, and then I had to do ramps against those guys. I think I came 5th or something like that. You could look it up online. But I got my first picture in a magazine. Mark Noble sent me a black and white proof of it.
Oh, cool.
And I was just like blown away. I was like, man, you get a picture in a magazine. Like,
Freestyle BMX, that would have been.
Yeah, doing a McCircle, in a massive helmet.
What, whole shot?
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to find that.
It's in the emulsion book if you got that.
I've got it, yeah, cool.
It's in there, yeah. But yeah, and you know, again, Carlo was a big mentor in that, and whole shot was like the highlight of the year.
Yeah, that was the annual bash, wasn't it? And what was that one? The Wilkerson one?
87.
Okay, the last one. Okay, the half pipe one.
Was that the one where
Craig jumped into the half pipe?
He jumped in the half pipe, and then I've got a moment where I must have been making the zine that we talked about, because I still laugh about this as well. Windy Osborne was in front of me, and the pros were just about to go. I think was Josh White.
Yeah, Josh White was there,
and he was about to ride, and I said, "Excuse me, can you get out of the way? I'm trying to take some pictures for Totally Intense zine." And she's like, "Dude, you don't know who I am, you know, an American accent." And I'm like, not a clue. And Windy Osborne and like, still don't have a clue. Can you just move out of the way, not block the whole view? Do you know what I mean? So I ended up getting this really good shot of Josh White doing, funny enough, a look back.
Oh really?
Yeah. And the whole shot was just something to look forward to at the end of the year. And there's like everybody goes to London and you meet all the US pros. It was amazing time in BMX, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, it was packed out. That was the annual bash. So Totally Intense is going in 87 then.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't know what year earlier, so
yeah, 87 must have been, because I was taking pictures for it. I don't really know, can't remember why I started it, John. Just somebody else had to have done a zine.
Zines, they became a bit popular because RAD was pushing zines, or BMX Action Bike Stroke RAD were pushing out zines. That's
I was getting into graphic design.
Okay.
And I liked the Xerox style.
Yeah.
And I just found the community really cool. Like I made the zine, I give it to somebody, they give me a zine back, and it wasn't about anything else other than building a community. And I really like that, and like look forward to getting zines through the mail. Like, like Bart de Jong would send me Fat Zine. Atomic Circle of Chaos was one of my favourite ones, and I just met that guy in Ohio, Bill Keggy. He's probably my favourite zine ever done. It's like a
good name,
graphic genius. The zine was unbelievable. Like he would cut out So imagine you're looking at one page, you cut out a square, and then you look through and you see the next page, and you're oh my god, this guy's got time in his hands.
Yeah.
But it was cool. And you'd find out about different scenes that you knew nothing about because they weren't covered in freestyling or Go, you know, whatever was back then, BMX Plus or whatever. They just weren't covered.
Life is out there. Yeah, man. So, and was you were on a Hutch already at this point, or no?
87,
right?
87, early 87. Jason Hassel called my dad and asked if I could ride for Hutch, and I was totally blown away because I looked up to Jason, was another one of my favourite riders.
Yeah, he's a ripper, yeah.
I'd compare him to Craig in a way, how smooth he was. And I liked that he was good at flat and ramps, but predominantly I really liked that he was doing a lot of modern day stuff on Flatland before anybody else.
Yeah.
Maybe Carlo and Craig were the only ones that were doing stuff that was, you know, ahead of everybody else. And then obviously you had other people after that, Larry Ball and people like that. But I always loved how smooth Jason was, and sort of that's what I try and do in my riding to this day. I try and be smooth. Everything's got to be done properly, otherwise redo.
He had a good snappy style as well.
Yeah, I remember. Is there a picture of him doing a one-handed flatty? It sticks in my head.
Yeah, that's right.
It's fucking amazing. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
In Hutch gear.
Unreal.
So did you have much interaction with him?
No, sadly not.
He was a wild guy, yeah.
Sadly not. No, he was sort of. I guess back then I was a shy kid. I was too scared to talk to a lot of people, and that's how I got talking to Beveridge through the zine.
Yeah.
Because Carl Inkpen, like I told you earlier, he was making a zine, Fractured it was called.
Okay.
But I looked up to Beveridge as well. See, I'm looking up to a lot of people. Beveridge was good at everything. A bit like Hassel, a little bit more edgy, as you know.
Yeah.
But over the years, he would come down from Brighton, Burgess Hill to Southsea, and we always get chatting. And over time, I was progressing quite a lot, and he'd always push me. One of the only guys that he'd just call me up and was like, "What are you doing? What tricks you doing?" And he's just really interested, and I always like that about him, John. You know, he wasn't competitive. He just wanted to know what I was doing.
Yeah, he was an enthusiast like we are. Like he just needs to know info. Like what's going on.
He was a nerd before I knew what a nerd was. But I always looked up to him that he could do everything. I can remember seeing him on the Vincent Frames stuff back in the day, and he could boot. He's one of the only guys that could do really good flatland and get 10 foot, which that's unheard of. I think the highest I got was about 7 on a mini ramp, but to go 10 foot and be doing modern day flatland that's pretty fucking rad.
You know that he always disputed the fact that he went 10 foot. Do you know this?
No.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, it was Canning. Canning told me. I think he was just being nice."
Really?
Yeah. He said that he only got 9. Yeah. That was he always disputed.
Oh, I always looked up to Dave,
but like I don't know. I'm just telling him what.
He definitely went 10 foot.
That's what he used to tell me. I think
maybe higher, but I'd just call it 10 foot.
I know he went higher. Yeah.
When somebody goes high, unless you're measuring, you're like, that's 10. You're in the 10 foot club there.
Well, tape out. Yeah.
I mean, when you grow up with Carlo, you stop looking, to be honest. Like, and then I saw Canning, and it was a little bit different, more edgy, totally different. And then, like I said, Eric Steele, not as high as those guys, but not just gnarly stuff like the alley 5, like we talked about. It's just mental. And
he did loads of.
He was trying to do a hand plant, and like, what is he doing? And it was just so early. And like, as I remember, that was opposite of his heirs. Yeah, it was opposite of his heirs. So that's nuts.
Well, he did it on a skateboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he learnt him on a skateboard.
I'm not surprised. That makes sense.
Yeah, he was really good at skating because he's like a little bit older than us, like, so he sort of hit the skate boom when it came round.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That's why he said he learnt it.
Yeah, there's so many good riders come out of England. I get in arguments with people when I'm in the States all the time. Like, they're like, "Who do you think has more progressive riders, England or US?" And I'm like, "Well, England. Have a list." The stuff that's been created here, I'm not talking about just being good, I'm talking about what's created. That's a different thing. So much stuff.
I've got this theory where people are, I think Eric was saying it as well, like,
look at Mad John doing a fucking foot jam.
The mindsets
Bluetooth
are very similar though, like on both It's both happening in
skating,
but in both countries, like
the
same sort of stuff. Yeah, that's what he was saying as well.
I think it's more celebrated in the US. I think.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, you try and bin it straight away, don't you? Like, you know, somebody's good, you're like,
you get angry with.
I mean, I can remember Carlo from very early age. He did topside no foot candy bar to downside no foot candy bar. I mean, I've never seen anybody else do that.
No,
and I saw that, and I think I was still on the Hutch. I'm like, shit. And he's like, do you want to come and ride the ramp? I'm like, no, not really. We'll do Flatland though.
No way.
Because it's just intimidating,
yeah,
John. I can just remember it like it's yesterday. Intimidating.
Was that when he had his half pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was big as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he had Spencer down there. Spencer was a really good rider.
Yeah.
I used to go down there just for a little taste of something different, you know, like let's go and watch the best.
Yeah.
Because I regarded him as the best.
And what was what did you get from Hutch? Like what was in that deal? Just parts and bike?
The first bike I got was like that mauve one that you saw me have at Woking.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I think it was mauve. It was like a pink mauve.
I think it was lavender. We're calling it Purple Rain, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I got, what did I get? Woody bars, Hutch stem, Hutch pedals. Took them off because they're going to kill me.
Yeah.
Hutch tyres. I had like
I remember them. Yeah.
Mauve tyres. God, I don't know what I was thinking there, but that was it. And then, which was a lot back then. And then they came to Ron Stabane came to the World Cup. Would that have been Woking was stop one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And just before that, he asked my dad to be the team manager for UK.
Okay.
This is quite a good story. So my dad says to me, if you could pick a team for Hutch, who would you pick? I didn't know he was going to be team manager, you see. So I come back from riding. I said, oh, right, okay. Good question. Jason Webb.
Yeah, okay.
I used to think he was an animal. I mean, he's another guy I looked up to, like, beast.
Ron Local, yeah.
Yeah, absolute beast. Still, some of his stuff he's done to this day holds up to this day. Then years later, we added, who did we add? Jason Webb, then we got John Yule.
Yeah.
And then I said, and Jamie was starting to emerge at this point.
Okay.
And I said, this guy's going to be the best one day.
Oh, really?
And everybody laughed at me. Everyone. Literally everyone who was there, I think, at Southsea, we must have been at the skate park. Everyone laughed. So you got that one wrong, Effraim. I said, no, he's going to be the best one day. He was starting to do like that in-down 8-kin thing, but it was landing flat at the time. I said, just give him a decent bike and I think this guy's going to be really good. Probably going to be the best. And then that happened, and I look what happened. I look at one point you had Jamie winning the X Games and John Yule winning Master of Creativity doing the no-handed Breakless Decade.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's a pretty good fucking pick, wasn't it?
Did you pick Larry Ball as well?
Larry Ball, yeah.
Alright.
I think my dad might have picked him.
Okay. Because that was another good, he was
amazing,
another like progressive.
Yeah, I mean even on the street, do you remember he did the nose really half bar flip out, bar spin out?
I can't remember it. I remember his Flatland,
on the beyond
kicking it all round and stuff like.
And then he did the half bunny hop whip.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking.
He had the frame that looked like the terrible one, the T1 barcode on the back end.
Beyond.
Yeah, way ahead of the time. I mean, It's not the same, but it was going that way. You know, like it went away from double top tubes. It went away from being a gimmick, and it was just about the geometry.
Yeah.
Which I never understood at the time. I'm like, oh, that's a bit boring.
Yeah.
But he was way ahead of it, wasn't
he? For sure. Yeah. Yeah. He changed some things, I think, as well.
Another rider, see, to the list like of people that know the guys in the US don't even know who he is. They don't know who he is.
I'm not surprised. He was gone quite early, wasn't he? Like probably only lasted into 1990, 91. Yeah. That was it. And then, so where do you go from Hutch? How does that fizzle out? Like you're riding BFA contests on
riding
Hutch.
all the time on the BFA contest because I didn't really know anything different, John. To be honest.
That's what was going on. So that's what people.
So followed. I did my first competition was the Winchester YMCA. Would have been a regional.
Okay.
So you had the regionals and the nationals, which people might not realise. So it ended up being, let's say you got a month, you got one halfway through the month, which would be a regional, and then one at the end of the month, which was a national.
Okay.
So you're doing 2 comps.
The circuit's
massive,
busy, yeah.
And then if you wanted to go outside of the southern one, you could do another one. So it was just a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, man, and you don't have a lot of time to learn stuff. So then I got the Hutch Trickstar 2, which was terrible.
Yeah, awful. Yeah.
We did that test in Ride magazine, and John York came down, and I taught him how to do this new trick, candy bar ankle death. I bought it back from the States, saw it in the States, and we did it. And he learned it pretty quick. And then Mark put it in the magazine. It's in the emulsion book as well. There's a picture. It says it's me, but it's John York.
Oh, right.
There's a picture of Hang Five. You see the Hutch shorts. It's that's John. It's definitely not me. And then it just fizzled out after that. Yeah, don't really know why.
Them bikes were terrible, weren't they?
That's fucking awful.
Yeah.
I think the Trickstar was a really good bike.
Yeah, the original one. Yeah.
And if you look at it compared, like with modern day geometry, I think it still holds up. I mean, it's quite similar to a dirt bike, just shorter.
Well, it came from the Judge bike. They welded the platform and some.
Yeah. Because
I didn't know it till recently.
Larry went on to ride the Tim Judge. So maybe he knew something there.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. No, but yeah, I love that bike. And then that ended. What did I do after that?
And what happened? You went to America? What?
That was later on.
With?
Later on. When did I first go to the States? X Games would have been. Way.
But I thought you said you brought that ankle death back from the US.
Oh, sorry, Carlo would have shown me.
Okay, right,
No, actually, no, that's right. I went on holiday to San Francisco. I wasn't there competing, sorry, that's where I missed that. And I went to Golden Gate Park. Carly Garcia was there, Eric Emerson, Aaron Dole, which was a famous name at the time, rode for Skyway. And they were doing this trick called the candy bar ankle death. And they thought I was a ramp rider because I wasn't very good. They're amazing. Yeah. And they're like, oh, do you ride a lot of ramps then, do you? I'm like, well, yeah, a little bit. And mostly Flatland. They're like, really? You could see, like, they were like, oh.
Yeah, but they're older than you as well.
Yeah, but they're busting out. They're doing incredible shit. And I covered that in the zine. And it was about 100 pages. Don't know what else. Mum and Dad got a photo.
What, your zine was 100 pages?
Yeah. For like 30 issues or something crazy.
Wow. Yeah. A5?
Yeah, and after a while I just did A4 and just stapled it at the top. But yeah, I did the standard. Yeah. Mum and Dad got a photocopier and then I just got madly into it, like, yeah, super into the creative side of it. I saw it a lot like tricks and
how often did they come out?
For like 4 a year maybe.
Oh, so you was on it, yeah,
massively.
That's amazing. And you was like, what, 15 or 16?
14, 15, yeah.
Pumping them out, that's impressive.
Yeah, I think I did 37 issues and then that morphed into working for Ride.
Okay.
When I ever used to go to the States, that's years on though.
Yeah. So
that would have been, I first went to the States to answer your question, that would have been 88.
Alright.
Because I came back and I won. This is funny after what I just said. I came back and there's a competition at Alfreton and I won flat and I won ramps. Which was like, to beat Mark Atkins was like, it's like, no way. Like Mark's like,
yeah, because he was good on both as well, wasn't he?
Super good, yeah. I was never really that good at quarter pipes, but I learned a couple of new variations, for can and stuff like that. Brought that back from the States again. Saw a couple of guys do that, and I'm like, I'm going to learn that. And then, you come back and learn it. And you got an extra spring in your step. You're more stoked on it. Like
that was when people used to go to America and come back and they were better than when they left, and they don't give the 2 weeks. Like
I couldn't tell you how that happened, but it did happen.
Yeah, I know. I bared witness to that quite a few times. So if we go back to a couple of years, what did you think of like the RAD BMX action bike stuff when
I loved it.
Sort of all the street stuff and the Nick and the Jess and all those guys.
Again, I love the graphic design. It's something different than what I do, which I really like that. I can remember first seeing your stuff, and I remember it's so far removed from what I do, and Flatland and Southsea, that I love it because it's different. I don't like seeing people do the same stuff.
Okay.
And then, you can remember I asked you for prizes one year, and you said, "I didn't think you liked me." I'm like, "I don't even know you, John."
I can't even
and I'm like,
that.
but I think one of the things with Flatlanders that a lot of people or the rest of BMX don't realise is that the Flatlanders pay attention to all of BMX, whereas I don't think that that's true the other way around.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
So I could probably tell you most things about the rest of the sport, whereas if we sat here and have a straight up conversation about Flatland, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But it's different. Like, I watched that Near United video today. Fucking bonkers, isn't it? That guy down the double section rail. Jesus. Another new guy. It's exciting, all these people are saying about BMX being dead. I don't think it's dead at all. I just think it's really...
Well, the funny thing about people saying it's dead is that most of the people saying it's dead didn't actually experience it when it was dead.
Yeah.
Because when it was dead, it was dead. There was like, there was probably 3 people at Southsea.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was 3 people that used to ride regularly in London. Like, So they're not paying attention.
But some of the best stuff comes out of those points.
When those exactly,
like Ride On was a great video, and the intro is harping on about how BMX is dead. But I watched it again the other day, and I'm like, it's actually a good video.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and it captures the time, which is
and that installs fire into you to want to ride your bike. Like after watching that video, almost everyone I know was like, "Yes, let's go."
Yeah, I just think it's
up on this. Like,
I just think it's really segregated, John. Like when I first started riding and go to the skate park, it was again see Carlo and Craig. It's just BMX.
Yeah.
Whereas now, people have got all these different terms for what you are. I mean, I even heard somebody say I'm a ledge rider. I'm like, what the fuck is a ledge rider? I'm like, just ride your bike, mate. And like, they're doing a manual on the flat ground, and they're like, it's not Flatland. I'm like, well, it is. You're on the flat ground, mate. If you do a bunny hop whip on the flat ground, it's Flatland. It's a whopper. It's invented by Bill Nitschke. It's a thing. It's just like it. I just think it somehow needs to come back together, but whether that'll ever happen, I don't know.
I don't think it will, but I think it will kind of flatten out, as in like people will respect what other people do. But
I think one of the good things about it though, John, is I think it'll get rid of all the half-assed companies that are just bollocks and don't care about the sport.
Yeah,
that's what I see. It tapers out the crowd.
Yeah,
it's like music. Same thing.
Yeah, exactly. If you're just taking up space, then you ain't taking up space if there's no reward for it. So you're out there. Yeah.
The real ones stay.
Yeah.
So that's just good what it's going to be.
And what about like growing up in Southsea riding BMX, like in these sort of late 80s kind of period? Like, how rough was it there? Because every time we went to King of Concrete, it seemed like
I used to hear this, and that is because I did a bit of research into this actually, because people used to say this to me a lot. And that is because randomly, when the King of Concrete was on, the Navy, they came back into the dockyard.
Okay.
So they're all out in the town, and it's just mayhem. You put BMXers with people out of a boat,
military guys.
Military guys, and they're just after a scrap with somebody, and it's probably going to be a BMXer heckling them, or vice versa. I've never had that sort of trouble really.
Okay, I remember Adu one year he got put in jail for punching one of those guys. Yeah,
I used to hear he was quite gnarly. To be fair,
no, he was like Mr. T. Like,
really, that's what I heard. Yeah, Phil used to tell me.
Yeah, he was legendary, like
a South Bank
problem solver, like Matt. But it always come to him. He would never do anything. Like, he was not an aggressive guy. But
I used to be so intimidated when I see him ride. I was like, oh,
he's a great guy. Man.
Yeah, he was a great rider as well.
Yeah, he was so good.
But yeah, never had anything.
It weren't an issue.
No, I'm just like, what are they talking about? I'm just there riding the law courts after King of Concrete, going, what?
Oh man,
what are they talking about? I didn't understand. Maybe because I wasn't drinking or anything like that.
But when you live somewhere, it is very different as well.
I wasn't drinking or anything like that, though, John. I was just riding all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, in a car park or a skate park or law courts.
What about from just general public when BMX kind of fell out of favour? Was there no grief down there for that? Because the skate park, I suppose most people are used to it, right?
I get the downside of being from Southsea is quite small. Everyone knows me. So
okay.
It's like it's fucking Effraim, like leave him.
Right.
I used to be good friends with the security guard at the law courts and the car park. They just let me ride.
Yeah.
Just like, you've stopped the car crime in this car park. I'm like, really? Never seen any car crimes. I mean, I was too engrossed in what I was doing, but I had no idea.
Cool, man. That's good. Good to hear. And what about King of Concrete? Like, first one was 89.
The Sea
Was 88.
88 with Greg.
Okay, Greg and Zach.
On the Haro.
Alright, and what was that called? Sea Air?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Zach did about a 5-6 foot air in the Mogul Bowl, which is fucking impossible. I don't understand how he did that.
So what bit? The fast plant bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I ask him about that occasionally whenever I see him. I'm like, what? How did you... I've got this memory of you. And again, Carl Inkpen had it in his zine. And I'm like, that did happen. How? Because no one's ever heard it. No one. Apart from Zach.
Because it's like, it's really kinked, isn't it? It's mellow as well. Like.
I don't understand to this day. Still look at it when I'm there all the time because I manage a skate park, but I look at it and all I can think of is like, how the hell did he do that? But so the first one would have been 89 then?
89, because it was...
89, and then that came about, Sea Air came about because I started to get bored of the BFA comps.
Okay.
And I said, we need to do something different, Dad. And he said, well, what can we do? He sort of agreed. He said, this is getting a bit boring. Being in a leisure centre, yellow lights and all that crap.
Yeah.
Artificial lights. And he said, the look of it is not great for BMX. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. So I said, well, it's King of Skate Parks. Can't call it that. What's the skate park made out of? Concrete. King of Concrete. And we literally decided there and then. He's like, that's a good name, I like that. And then he went to work and the rest is history. We're still running it. I'm still running it now. So we took a break for a few years, but it's been going, I don't even know how long, John.
Well, it's been going since 89.
89 with about, I'd say with about 3 years break, so
pretty strong, yeah.
Still going. It's not like, obviously, in the heyday, it was...
Yeah, of course. So that's what I mean. The first one was, I guess it might have been riding off the back of Sea Air, right?
Yeah.
So the first one was busy, wasn't it? 89.
Yeah.
King of...
Greg Guillot ripping the vert. You had Larry Ball doing all the brand new tricks on flat.
Was Sea Air, yeah?
And that was Sea Air.
And then, so 89 was busy, but BMX, coincidentally, was dead, wasn't it? 89 was a really dead year. Well, so 1990...
Was portrayed to be dead, yeah.
1990, also busy. 91 busy. Do you know what I mean?
Like, busy, yeah.
Yeah, it was always busy. That was like the annual event, as well as Hastings that came like a year after or 2 years.
My favourite thing about it was that there'd be people there the whole week before. I love that.
Yeah, because it was a weekend event as well, so people like to get there early.
I don't see that in any kind of event. Maybe because I'm not always there at that point, but I don't see people there for a whole week before the event just riding. I just thought it was amazing. It was proper, like, you meet people you'd never met before. I met Grant Smith, and he had his zine, Bless My Xerox.
Yeah.
And you finally meet this guy that you've been sending zines back and forward. I met Amos for the first time. I think might have been BFA, but more chatty at King of Concrete because it's not in a leisure centre, so it just
things have boiled down, haven't they?
Had a different feel, and then you're having fun riding the mini ramp with him, which is like different thing. It's got a different vibe to it, because you're in the corner on that 5 foot mini ramp, and the atmosphere is just electric.
Yeah,
and there were some amazing years there. Yeah, God.
Whose idea was it to have that contest judged from, like, you could win an overall? Was that yours? I guess I thought it would be. Yeah.
Well, it's just like how can we be different than any other event? That's what it was about, an overall skill rather than
overall. I just remember that being like because there weren't many contests at that point. They was all going the other way, weren't they? There was segregating it. And then who won the first one then overall? Andy Burke. I remember he won a couple, didn't he?
He won a couple, yeah. I won 3. Zach won 3. You know what? I don't know if we did it overall on the first one, John.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think we did.
Okay.
No,
so Andy Burke would have won the first one, which was 90, I guess.
Yeah, he might have done.
I think
Yeah,
he
he was
won the year
amazing.
after as well.
It's like folklore. He got the pyramids banks across the road, and he got the tall section and the smaller section. He foo-fanooed the rail, and it's just mental.
Oh, wow.
And me and Amos was just like, what the hell? And I thought they were related. You know, I'm like, you're joking. You're both Amos and Andy Burke, and you're not related. I'm like, you're pulling my leg. And to this day, I still think, are they related or what? But this is what I really loved about it. It wasn't competitive. It was, I said to my dad, like, we're just having a blast. Like, we had all these people staying in our garage. We had Bart de Jong sleeping in our garage. We had Bestwick, Team Sano guys, you know, Scott Timmons, Grant Smith, they're all staying in our garden. And I'm like, this is mental. But I loved it.
How far was your house from the skate park?
It's like 2 long roads.
What, mile?
Mile, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
close, yeah.
3/4 of a mile, maybe.
Okay, they're real close.
Yeah. It's Southsea, everything's within distance, yeah. But yeah, it's amazing. So many good times, like. And then later on, to have the standard guys there, Kurt Schmidt doing all his stuff, Joe Rich, Chad Group, Chase would come.
Yeah.
James Shepherd.
Yeah.
That one year he started, first time I saw somebody do a Foof to Ice, and I was like, what the hell is that? Like, you know. And then you had, before that, got to say this, Sean Scarf, hang 5.
Yeah.
Hang 5 on the mini ramp, and I was like, that is, and he sent me some artwork for my zine, a picture of a hand plant, and totally intensely written on there.
Oh, really?
On the envelope, and I used it as the cover. And I was just like, I thought he was so sick.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he probably still is. I haven't seen him for years, but yeah, he was a progressive dude.
I think King of Concrete gave a chance for these guys to
break out,
to make a name, whatever that means. But you wouldn't know about this guy. I don't see him fitting in a BFA event at all. Where's he going to do a hang 5 manual? Be going off the ramp.
Yeah. What about because Marfleet was also one of them people.
Super good, yeah. Like, God, Marfleet underrated as hell. Yeah.
So what would you say your top 3 or 5 memories from King of Concrete?
Top.
Because I know one that really sticks out in my mind.
I think Mirror, Highest Air.
Okay.
I think Zach doing the wall ride on the
so the first
toilets.
one, yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was, again, that's fucked.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. That's 2, innit? The year Jerry destroyed everything and did the sub-rail massacre.
So it was late 90s.
We call that sub-rail massacre.
Yeah.
That was a magical moment that I think, you know, this is worth all the effort for this. 3, the year Chase came on the homeless. So that's 4. And 5th. It's hard, isn't it? I loved what Zach did the year that he started beating the crap out of the car.
I kind
of like all that stuff that's not, again, it's not competitive, it's part of the community. And I saw the pictures recently in Emulsion, and I just smiled and thought, that was great.
So
what was yours then?
I don't think I could muster up 5. Maybe I could if I tried, but the one I remember most is Brian Wills out of the mini ramp over the fence.
That's another good one. Yeah, I just met him last year. Came in the park.
That was like, because it was the mini ramp. The whole weekend built up to the mini ramp.
That's a good one. I missed that one. Yeah, sorry, Brian.
I thought you would say that.
Yeah, but that's a good one. Yeah, I still use that one.
Mental, yeah.
The kids always laugh at me when I shout "clear the skate park" because of loud voice, and I was like, "That's the ultimate clear the skate park."
Yeah.
No one's ever done that, and he just rode down the bush somehow and alive, like mad.
I remember everyone like rushing over and looking over the fence to see if he was all right, and he was like, "Way." Yeah, that was epic, that one.
You wouldn't expect somebody like Brian Wills to do that.
No, it was so good, man. And then how did it? Like, what happened with the drama? Because after a while, it got like People
There's a lot of
started being
money.
negative about
I think
it.
there was a lot of money, and I think if the riders are being honest, they started to ride for money,
Okay.
and it started to go against what I'm saying, what King Concrete was about.
All right.
And then I think I can't remember exactly what prize money was, but it's a couple of thousand for the event.
Real money, yeah.
It might be $5,000, something like that. And then $5,000 would go on the course. Peerless would always build the course with Rob Steele. And then we try to keep it at the skate park to make the skate park better. But Pete would never allow it. It used to annoy me that we could never keep the course. And then we started to. And then I think that the sponsors pulled out.
Who was sponsoring it?
Carhartt was 1 year. And I remember my dad went to a meeting and they said, King Concrete's not perceived as being cool. And he said, fine, we're out. And the lady said, you're not going to argue or nothing. He said, no, I'm out. Maybe you're not cool. And I said,
okay.
Fuck it, basically. But then I think what my dad did probably rubbed people up the wrong way. I think I remember something about he was saying you can ride for sweets or something like that. And
that's what I remember saying about that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, so you'd have to dig that out. But I think it rubbed people up the wrong way. I don't think it meant quite how it sounds.
Yeah.
And guys like Pill and everything slated it.
They run with it, yeah.
And it's sort of, all events run their course, don't they?
Yeah, totally.
So I think it had a good run, but I think it sort of died off for then, and then you sort of saw a different King Concrete, really, which is still going like that to this day. No, there's no prize money.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would want prize money, John, to be honest,
No, like you say, they run their course, like they have their peak and then kind of filter down.
Everything does. It's impossible. You can't do whole shot.
Yeah.
Still to this day, but that was the biggest thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
King of Vert was big.
Yeah.
Remember when that came to Portsmouth? That was amazing.
Yeah.
But then that was short-lived, wasn't it? And then it's on to the next thing,
Yeah.
But yeah, then that sort of died to death, and then my dad was over it, so I left it. I left all that, and I was full-blown Flatland.
Yeah. Now you're in the Flatland zone, right?
Fully Flatland, yeah. After I won the overall 3 times, I was on the top of the ramp and I had to drop in after Jerry. And Mira looked at me, McCoy looked at me, and they said, "Dude, what you doing up here, bro?" And I'm like, "I'm going to drop in. I'll beat you in the overall. Do you not look like? I'll beat you in the bowls."
What, they actually asked you what you're doing there?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm doing all these variations under the coping. So I was terrified of that ramp, and then I did like the rollback gay twist thing, did that, and I was like, man, I'm done with ramps. I can't drop in after Jerry was fucking unbelievable. I'm like, what am I doing?
Is that the year that you rode to the reggae song?
Yeah.
On the TA. Yeah.
I have this memory of him doing a 4.5 foot air to nose pick. That's my memory. You know him better than me.
But intentionally?
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, just bonkers, and he did the tyre tap 180 in on a 14 foot high ramp that's nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's Effraim drop, barely pedestal in, and but I knew if I got like 100 points,
I'm going for the overall, mate.
I'm winning the Mongoose Hooligan. Woohoo! I never rode. But yeah, it was good times, and I still play around with. After that, I still played around with ramps. Still did stuff always had fun with electrics, doing Flatland stuff on ramps. Do hang 5, 4-5 pinky sweeps, and then back in.
Okay.
No-handed toe at nose pick and stuff like that, which I still haven't seen anybody else do that. I called Mike out last week for that. I was like, Mike, where is it? Come on, boys.
You've forgotten Mike O'Connell. When did he come into the...
really early. Me and Mike grew up together. That would have been around 88. We were riding buddies, best friends. Went to all the concerts with my dad. And Mike was super good at Flatland early on, could do a lot of the decade stuff that I couldn't do. I wasn't strong enough. And then he got into mini ramp, and I think he was one of the best to do it on mini ramp. He'd destroy it. And then recently posted about it actually. McCoy came for the backyard jam, and he did the gap out to nose wheelie on the pool, and me and Mike were like, just like, this is it.
Blew your mind, yeah.
This is it. Like, go to the skate park every day. Didn't even consider that.
Yeah.
Like, not even thinking about it. Like, not even manual it. Like,
that's it. Yeah, that's
a nose
backyard
wheelie.
video.
Yeah, super good. I just posted it on the skate park page. Just had a sudden, and I was on your friend's site. I was like, gotta find it, and I'm searching for ages to what backyard video it was, and they're good times, and it goes back to that community thing.
Yeah.
That I think is missing to this day. I really do.
What about Dennis Wingham? That's when he came about 88, 89.
Yeah, good old Dennis. Yeah, Dennis is a legend. Yeah. He started riding on a GT Vertigo. It's my first time I remember him anyway. And then he got sponsored by a local bike shop called Zines. They gave him a bike and he broke that straight away. And he was always just not afraid to crash. Like, I've never met anyone like Dennis. Like, I can remember me and Mike would just call stuff out. Like, I remember when he learnt 540s and we were like, 1 hour, 1 foot 5. Oh, all right.
Oh,
bang, try it. Can you do a bar spin, Dennis? Yeah, bar spin 5. You know, flip, do a flare. Why would you come out faking when you come out forwards? You know.
Could he do bar spin 540s?
No. But I have this running joke. He did the best 1 hour, 1 foot 540 I've ever seen him do, John. About 4 or 5 foot out on the vert. Comes back the other side, tyre tap. Back brake doesn't work. Flat as a pancake. And I'd still laugh to Dennis. To this day, I'm like, mate, that wall to that wall. What on earth happened? We still laugh about it. Yeah, Dennis. And then he sort of made his career at King Concrete, didn't he? With people chanting his name.
One of the highlights for sure.
And then it became a bit scary because the louder they go, he just goes higher and higher. And I'm just like, oh mate, he's gonna get hurt. Like, and then when you're someone's friend, it's
scary to watch. Yeah.
And I'm like, he ain't riding that much, and he's still going above the foot slap board. I'm like, this is nuts. And then he 540'd it. I was blown away. And that was high.
Yeah.
That was proper high. As I remember, 6, 7 foot out, and he did one of the best things I ever saw him do was the Indian Air.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was fucked. And it was in my zine. I was like, man, that's so good, man.
And what bike sponsors followed? Did you just not have a sponsor for a few years?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
John. No. I think what did I have after that? Hutch.
Because things were so quiet that understandably you didn't have, like, no one sponsored.
Might have gone back to Skyway for a bit.
Okay.
And then
do you remember you having a dyno at one point?
Yeah, that was a lot of years on. Yeah, Zach gave me from Karate.
Okay.
The distributor in Bristol. Yeah, that was years on. I must have had a Haro for a while, and then I got what did I have? I had a Hoffman Big Daddy.
Yeah.
In the 90s, and then I won the World Championships on that one. 94.
You won the Worlds in 94. Was that the first Worlds you won?
No.
Was that Cologne?
No. Was it before that, or did I have a homeless one? No. So I'd have had a homeless soul bro. 92. I won the amateur Worlds.
All right.
In Denmark, and then a year later, I got the Hoffman Big Daddy, just because it was Kevin Jones' bike. I had no idea about what geometry was, what top tube was. Just bought the frame totally blind.
Because it's the master.
I loved it, and I just could do so much stuff on it. And at that time, I was just learning new tricks all the time. And to this, one thing I'm really proud of is from the first day I competed to the last day I competed, I never did the same run again.
Okay.
And I used to get bored of watching the guys do the same run. I'm like, why are they doing the same run all the time? It's so boring.
Yeah.
And I would never have that many consistent runs, really. 1 or 2 mistakes all the time. But I had a few where I don't make any mistakes, but I prefer to do something new, no matter what it is. Something that was progressive, I guess. That's what I was interested in. I was never really, there's a couple of times I was competitive, definitely, but I wasn't really, that wasn't my thing. Didn't care about that. I wanted to create new tricks. My mum and dad are both artists, and it was instilled from me at a young age to always do something different. Yeah, create something rather than be like just the same as everybody else. I didn't want to do that.
Did you win a King of Concrete Flatland? A couple of them or something?
Yeah.
And what was there drama with that when you won that?
95 and 97. No, not as far as I know. Yeah, it's one of my best
What-
contests ever.
What was I remember there, I don't know when, but I remember there being like, oh, Effraim won and he shouldn't have won because he's riding slow or whatever. Like
That was the Worlds.
That was the Worlds, okay.
I was never supposed to win the Worlds.
Okay.
Because there's American guys there. And
What year was that?
94.
It was 94, so it was Cologne,
I was
yeah?
never supposed to win, and the guys, I think Chris Jobb and Lincoln, who I also looked up to, Lincoln Blacksley was a big influence for me, younger. I would see him at the Petersfield clubs. We had a Petersfield club, and I looked up to those guys, and they all had like a sweepstake, a betting thing. Like,
okay.
And I think Chris Jobb got me, and he's like wrote in the dig like Satan's Tooth or something like that. And yeah, but I just got a lot of backlash from that event.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And I didn't really know why, because I was just like, wow.
Just rode.
I just rode, yeah. I mean, Dave Smith come sixth and he should have won, but I wasn't judging.
Yeah.
But you watch it back and I'm like, how the fuck is he sixth?
Yeah, okay.
But everybody was gung-ho on these people so much they weren't actually looking at what they were doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that guy fell off loads. Like, why? Just because of his name?
Yeah.
And at that time, I think people were judging more on the name rather than what they actually did, because I wasn't the best rider there at all.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be the first to admit
it's not about who's the best, it's just like luck of the draw sometimes, isn't it?
Actually, the story is, John, I was really pissed off after that run because I didn't do what I wanted to do. I wanted to go there and do one trick the whole run. So it was a combination of tricks, 3 minutes long, and then I wanted to double decade out, and I messed it up, and I'm pissed
What did you mess up? The double decade?
No, I messed up about halfway, a minute and a half into the first trick. Yeah, and I was pissed off, and I ended up winning. So I was like, pissed off. Oh, you know. And at the time, I was embarrassed about it actually winning that, to be honest. And then
who did you beat other than Dave Smith? Phil,
Paul Asika, Jesse Puente, Albarete, Phil. Armin Bottomini, Sean McKinney, there was loads.
Oh, Sean McKinney was there, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I wasn't supposed to win that, John, so it sort of turned me off from competition. I wasn't really into competition anyway, but it really turned me off after that. I was just like, I don't really need this. I'm not here to... I knew I wasn't...
like you say, you just rode.
I knew I wasn't world number one. I've rode way better at other comps and not won. But it's just what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're not, I get it. If you're number one, you get criticism, don't you? So
well, and you got to remember people were younger then, so you know.
I've since had people come up to me and apologise and say I was a dick, and I'm like, that's cool. But it affected me a lot, to be honest. And Beveridge was
not only were they young, but you were like 2 or 3 years younger than them. So
and Beveridge was one of those people that sort of encouraged me. Whilst also shit talking at the same time. But I was like that about Dave. He would sort of have a yin and yang sort of chat.
Yeah.
And say, oh, do this, you know, and I'm like, cheers Dave, appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was nice to have that sort of relationship with somebody, because he wasn't really competing then, he was more of a fan. He would always be on the side heckling, like I'm like,
he was a big fan of Flatland, like,
I'm like, shut up Dave, you come and do it then. And he's like, why don't you beat these Americans? And I'm like, mate, you come and do it. No, that's right, you're just sitting there with a can of beer, mate. And, you know, like, you know, and I love Dave for that. And he's one of my biggest inspirations, so I was heartbroken when he passed away. We talked about that earlier, but yeah, I just wanted that to be on there because there's one of my saddest, you know, moments in BMX when he passed away. I was like, man, I didn't ride for a couple of weeks. I just couldn't do it. Tried to, but I was, man, couldn't do it. And then I ended up sort of having a moment where I relearned one of his tricks, the swashbuckle.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I was like, right, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do a big YouTube video about it. And I did it, and then I was like, I can't put it out. Can't
oh really?
Can't put it out, no. So maybe I'll do it again. You know, because I just thought I couldn't do it justice really, and I was worried how it would be seen. So
he was always like, he always kept me straight. He was good. He was like, I'd be like bidding someone like that, blah 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 blah, and he'd just be like, yeah, well you're not there doing it, are you?
That's what I used to say to him.
Always used to tell me, like, well, if you step up and you do it, then then we'll see. But yeah, which was good. Which I learnt from that. Yeah. Like, I learnt from. Oh yeah, that's right. You got to put yourself on there, otherwise it's not worth saying it. Which was a good thing. He was a good character in my life, I think.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And so, when does the zine? You still doing the zine in '94?
No. What was it when I started that? Early '87, so '88.
So probably petered out early '90s, I would guess.
'91 probably.
Yeah.
37 issues.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
I kind of want to go back to it with Flat Matters because you're probably going to start talking about that, but I don't really like the way it's gone, just all online. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about your thing. It's like you got your zine, you do, and that's amazing. It's good for BMX. It's good to have something.
Cheers.
It's good to have something tangible to have, and opinions in there rather than. I guess back in the day, I was young. I was just doing reports,
pushing it out like
reports of what happened, and then I was doing the occasional artwork where I'd play around with the photocopy and stretch it before I saw anybody doing that. And then we were photocopying tinfoil, which was amazing. I realised you photocopy tinfoil is mad. And I was like, that was a cover.
Does that come out?
It comes out. You don't realise it's tinfoil. It just looks all different colours of light.
Oh, okay.
And then that was one of the covers, just tinfoil.
Oh wow.
And people always commented on it. Like, so what's that? I'm like, aha. So just playing around, really, John. It was fun.
So when does Flat Matters was a thing in Dig for a while, was it?
Yeah. Flat
Earth Society.
That was early '90s.
Okay, and that was you. You used to write that, right?
Will invited me to write that.
Okay.
And I did that for a while, and then that sort of morphed into. Did that for a while. X Games dropped Flatland, and then we did King of Concrete, and we partnered with Adidas.
Okay.
And I did a T-shirt that said Flatland Matters at Southsea skatepark, King of Concrete, something like that. At King of Concrete it would have been. And it was based off the Guardian logo and had the stripes on the side.
Yeah, okay.
And we gave it away to everyone who entered the comp, whether you're Flatlander or not.
Yeah.
You come through
the door,
T-shirt. Got a T-shirt. And then I guess a couple of months go by. And then I was doing a lot of stuff for Mark Noble for Ride anyway. Whenever I went to the States, I was giving him photographs.
Yeah.
I had that rad one of Hoffman doing the Peacock 5. And it would sort of help me pay to go back to the States.
Yeah.
And I'd go over there for like 4 months at a time and lived in North Carolina. And
what year is this?
This was around, would have been about 2000 maybe.
Okay.
Early 2000s. And then I was hanging out with Keith King, Anthony Brogdon, Dave Mirror, Josh Harrington, all these guys at the JC Park, and then there's a roller hockey rink similar to Southsea. Yeah. It's just great. So I was there, weather sucks at home, bang, I'm going to go to North Carolina, bang. So stay there for 4 months as long as the visa lasted. I'd do it day to day, like look and see how far I could go. And then I started writing stuff, and Mark asked me about a column, what are you going to call it? Said Flat Matters.
Okay.
And then did that for a few years. And then he messaged me one day and said, we're going to stop doing it. I said, okay. Any ideas what I could do now? He said, I feel like you've outgrown this page. This is not enough for you. Why don't you do your own thing? And I said, I had no idea, John.
Yeah.
So then I started asking people. I started talking to the local skate shop, Border Southsea, like just down the road from my house at the time. And they suggested a blog spot, and I just went home and literally started it in November 2008. That was, and it's still going. And then it's become like I guess I do like critique people's videos. There's like a regular edits you post, and then there's a thing I call must-watch edits, which are like the best edits. Like you've got to watch these, and then I explain why they're good. And then that sort of morphed into doing my own version of the awards, Nora Cup Awards. I did Flat Matters Awards, which I've just done this year again. And it's not just Rider of the Year, so Edit of the Year. Like I do 5 categories in the reader choice and 5 in the editorial. Breakthrough Rider, Brand of the Year. Because I think Rider of the Year just don't cut it. You need to celebrate the whole industry.
Yeah.
Then I have a thing, Line of the Year, like, which is a difficult one. And I'll just try and give back to people. And I thought, well, if I'm critiquing these guys, it makes sense to do a kind of awards to celebrate that. And maybe it's something that people can chase. And apparently it is, because I get a lot of messages saying thanks for pushing me.
Oh, cool.
And I try and help people get hooked up. And, you know, people come to me, like, I've got a guy recently on We the People, for example, and he's got his own signature line coming out.
Oh, no way.
NATO from Japan. Yeah, I try and help people and give back, really, John, like I always have done, really, from an early age. I think I've started that with the zines, and it's just, I like having something that I can
You've got your hand in, you're active, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're constantly
but
pushing
I want to do something like the zine, maybe something exclusive that is not online.
And how big is Flatland, like worldwide?
Depends where you are, really. Japan is huge, absolutely huge. I was blown away how big it is in Japan. It's like,
why do you think it's bigger in Japan than anywhere else?
You got all these. In 2000s, I did a piece in Ride magazine with a guy called York Uno, who's got a company called Aries Bikes, and I didn't realise, but I did a double page. Well, Mark printed a double page spread of this new company, Aries Bikes, and pretty much had the best Flatland tyre for 25 years.
Okay.
Really fast. It's just so much faster than anything else, and grippy, lasts well to a point. Then it used to blow off the rims, which drive me insane. But they started doing Flatland schools and giving back, whereas over here you've got like pros, and the only time you'd see somebody is at a comp, whereas these guys are giving back the whole time. And now you've got a thing where you've got like Kataro, a friend of mine, he's got a skate park, he calls it a Flatland skate park, Tyler. He's got 200 kids there. And then he's telling me he's going to open up another one in another suburb of Tokyo. And I was like, how many kids you can have there? He's like, another 200. I'm like, wow, that's 400. And then,
how old are these kids?
Like 8 to 15. And they're insane, John. They're doing like double, triple decades, and they're like 9.
That's nuts, isn't it? And
Yeah,
how big, so what about like the US?
US is a lot. US is a lot of older riders. I go to the competition called Battleground in Ohio. Chris Young, Plywood Hood, puts it on. He's got a brand called Flatland Assassins. They're you know, you're there all day judging. They're like, but they're a lot older people. It's not young. Whereas you go to Japan and there's tons of kids, and you're like, you go to China, tons of kids you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And they're on bikes you've never heard of, and like, it's mad. It's just like. And then France is really big. Germany's sort of small. UK small. Still pockets of people.
How small is the UK?
I'd be
if you
surprised.
guessed, how many? If you guessed,
50.
50. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Max 50.
Wow. That is small, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got 6 of them at my place. But you know, I guess there's few and far between. You know, and I feel like it's because the events have died. You know, like. You look back to when I started, I can remember one year there's 70 people in Pro Flat, King of Concrete. One year I won, 95. Nuts! I'm looking at the list going, man.
Yeah, there would be a lot of there'd be some Europeans there as well, wouldn't there? But yeah, ultimately, 50 guys, yeah.
Yeah, the minimum. I remember one year there was 30, and we were talking about how it was dying off.
Wow.
And I'm like, there's only 30 riders. Wow, that's not a lot. And now that'd be a lot. I mean, I don't even know. I would hate to think how many were in that mini ramp at the end of the night, because that lasted ages.
Yeah. And what about Flatland companies?
Tons of Flatland companies.
Where are they selling stuff then? Japan,
yeah, and France and US.
Still big in France.
Yeah, huge in France, because you got Alex Jumelin doing his Fleece Flatland Academy. You got Normandy. It's got a big Flatland scene. Paris. You got Matthias there. obviously he's like a marketing machine. So yeah, there's a lot.
What? Who was the punk guy that was Beveridge used to like?
Punk guy
from France.
Punk guy.
Is it Alexis something?
Alexis just knew. Yeah, he runs a company called Heresy. He's a good friend of mine.
He's still rides, yeah.
Yeah, he's a judge.
Cool. He was into like some good bands and things.
Hardcore bands, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He likes the same kind of music as you do, yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I judge with him. We judge the UCI events. Yeah,
cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, he's got one of the biggest brands in Flatland. It's called Heresy. They just hooked up a guy called Pedro Mello. Might want to watch that. It's good. Does like X up nose wheelie.
Okay.
And cross-handed tyre slide on park. One-handed hand plants. These are just different. Doesn't have any grips. He's not following any trends.
No grips.
No grips. Dude's a machine. Pure artist, but Alexi he's an artist and he's doing his vision for what he wants to do. I think it's awesome. I use his tyres to try and support him.
That's cool that he's still in it. I just don't know how these Flatland companies survive. It just seems ridiculous. Like,
I guess it's small runs of like 100 frames sell out, gone.
Yeah.
Because now the modern day BMX is actually I see a lot of Flatland geometry. The rest of BMX are a little bit behind with what like Flatlanders were the first to use plastic pedals, for example, and years later it's standard, isn't it? For most.
Yeah.
People are using plastics like offset forks. It's years old.
Yeah, I think a lot of that sort of
shorter stems,
technical street has kind of borrowed a lot from Flatland.
Yeah, plastic pegs. It's all like coming around, isn't it? Light bikes. It's all.
That's from Hamilton, I think, the kind of Flatlandy bikes. He sort of spearheaded that. A lot of companies copied, or just followed. Rather.
Can I Eat, wasn't it? That was an amazing part, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But like Pedro's like that, he can do all that stuff like without, and no one even knew who he was at one point.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see someone like that doesn't follow any trends. He's just out there doing his thing.
So if you was going to tell me to put 3 Flatland riders in this interview on screen, who would it be?
What, modern day?
Yeah.
On the spot. Yu Soji, James White, and Pedro.
Cool. Well, they're going in then.
Yeah.
James White.
Yeah, he just had edit.
Excellent.
He just had my choice for edit of the year. Yeah, 15-minute video part. Yeah, and he's doing all his own tricks.
I was on his Instagram recent, and he wasn't rolling. He was standing still.
Yeah.
On the pet, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, it's a thing Marty Cuopo did a few years ago.
I can't believe that.
He was doing all the tricks stationary, and then James has like picked it up and
progressed it.
Yeah, it's madness, isn't it?
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
But also, I think he's progressed the filming and the editing and the way he does stuff.
Well, and for me, like, I don't really know because I'm looking from the outside, but he seems really creative. Like he's thinking about what's going on, and it looks fun what he does. He was doing like these slider things recently that I was watching. I was like, that looks like real fun to do. Yeah. You're just sliding on the flat, like.
Yeah, the wet.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they just look cool.
Flatland is fun. It doesn't have to be regimented like people think.
It just looks impossible when you look at them Japanese like high end ones. You just like there's no way this human can't even do this feat. Like
I see the same thing in street, like that edit today I watched that guy. Was it Marcus?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
but you see him do that double section and I'm like, you're fucking dying.
Yeah,
doing that. I'm like, fuck that. It's the same to me. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You see Corey Walsh do some crazy gap tyre slide, and like you're going to hospital. You get that wrong. In fact, you're probably not even getting up there because you're not good enough. But do you know what I mean? It's like you see Carlo when I was a young kid, like Craig. It's all impossible, but then you get into it, and then
I always
put your own twist to it. That's BMX.
Well, and you're looking at the finished piece. You're not looking at the steps to get there, which I only learned later on in life. Like thinking. You watch, like for instance, when I first saw a pocket air, I was like, "What? No, how can you learn that?" But you're not looking at like.
Well, you mentioned Mike O'Connor doing the 360 the first time you saw a nosedive 360. But I remember you used to go and do that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Bristol.
But I'd seen he'd already done, like it'd been done by other people, so I kind of like just traced it, you know.
Yeah, I think Mike actually did the first one.
Mike was the first one that got talked about.
So I think
that was folklore in our scene of like, because we was riding the similar stuff.
I remember when he did it at Southsea for the first time.
Yeah.
He's like, I think it's possible. We were talking about it. Yeah.
That's crazy. Because like I said before, Sean
probably because I used
to
land flat all the time.
Well, everyone could, not everyone, a lot of people could 360 the spine, but they would just, it was as if the spine weren't there. Yeah. And then it was suddenly like, no, Mike O'Connell is landing in the transition at the top. And I remember that was a thing. So it was good. I like the fact that someone puts a stamp on it and it's like, it's someone you don't hear of much, you know?
Yeah. That's BMX though, that's a really positive thing, I think. Yeah. It's amazing as well. Like, you put out a video and you give someone a video part and they make their name off that.
Yeah,
and that's sick, yeah, definitely. Because people's perception's different as well. What you might not think is a good part, somebody else loves it, do you know what I mean? Or I might not like it, somebody else loves it, do you know what I mean? That's a good thing.
Yeah. And so what about riding in gloves, I wanted to ask you about?
Yeah, I have eczema.
Okay, me too.
Dry skin, so when I was a kid, I just couldn't, my skin was really bad, would be scratching a lot when I wasn't riding. And then I tried one day, I was suggested by John Thurston, the manager at the time, why don't you try riding in gloves? Tried it, stopped itching, was like, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, gloves. So I was soaking up the sweat.
Yeah, and I was like, it's just.
And you just carried on with it?
Carried on, yeah.
So when was that? When you was a kid you discovered that?
Would have been about 11.
Oh, okay, so you just ridden with gloves, right? Because I remember someone was telling me recently, why does he ride Flatland with gloves? I was like, no idea. But
yeah, because of eczema, yeah. Still got it.
Because it's really, I don't think anyone else does, right? It's not a thing.
No, people do.
Oh, they do, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Biting my steeds. No, I do it just out of that reason. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's no...
simple.
Yeah.
No.
Out of necessity, which shall we say.
No great secret behind it at all.
No.
And we've missed KHE. You rode for KHE, right?
Yeah.
What sponsors did you have? Like, you had KHE, you had GT as well?
KHE was... It was at 97,
I'd say, yeah.
97, KHE Puma. I rode the 2 premium lagers. The team was massive, there was like 40 people.
Was premium like who
Jesse Puente's frame.
Oh, that was his frame, yeah. Okay.
And then I went to the factory once with Jesse. We went for the German Championships. It would have been 98. And they were bending the frames back on the second version. And I had the second version already and my back wheel was moving so much. Like, after you do a couple of tricks, the back wheel's moving.
What, the frame was moving?
The back wheel was moving. But they were bending the frames back in the factory.
Okay.
And I quit straight away.
So the frame was set too wide and they was bending them back?
Yeah. And I quit straight away.
Oh, you didn't last long on that team?
No, I quit, yeah.
Was KHE Puma, was it?
Yeah, because we got into a big argument. I went to the X Games and I was the KHE rider there. And Marty Kuopo, who is, like, in my eyes, the best to do it of all time. He was there he was supposed to be there on a short KHE beater. And he was on a standard Dow, green one, all in camouflage gear. Super rad. But he got paid to go from KHE.
Okay.
And Thomas told me he didn't have any money. And he had a KHE top on, yellow KHE top on. And then I asked Marty, I said, do you get paid off KHE to come here? Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm out. Quit.
Okay.
I'm like, done. There's no point lying about it. You just say, yo, we're going to give it to Marty, he's one of the best to ever do it. But he said, we haven't got any money. I was like, oh, cool. And then you find out, you're just like, can't be bothered with the drama.
Or he could have even said, we haven't got any money for you.
Yeah, he could have said, no, yeah, fair enough.
Maybe a couple more words.
I'll just prefer straight up about it rather than talking crap.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I'm over it. And then before that was GT, that was...
Oh, that was before?
I'm sure that was before.
Okay. Was that through Zach? Or?
That was through Zach, yeah. That was a really good period for me. Dyno Slammer. He hooked me up on my chase to go to the X Games. So I dreamed of going to the X Games legit. and I qualified first place on a dyno slam. I beat Trevor May. Yeah, I was blown away. And Zach was a big supporter. I love that frame, and good times on that. Geometry was perfect straight out of the bat, and I was.
Where did you place in the contest?
Ended up third.
Oh, not bad then.
Yeah, I was really pleased. And then I got an invite to the X Games, rather than they used to pick randomly, and I got picked randomly, and I said, no, I want to qualify. I want to do this properly.
Okay.
And then I got invited onto the Haro team with Mira Nyquist, the group.
All right.
And that was absolutely amazing. San Francisco, paid the flights and everything. Adidas shoes, did Adidas for 10 years. It was absolutely amazing. Like getting the mirror shoe, I love the mirror shoes.
Was you getting paid off Haro at that point?
No, I wish. 150 a month.
Oh, okay. So,
nothing, but I was selling stickers at skate parks, pay to go.
All right.
I used to make about 80 quid on the weekend selling stickers, and then if I knew I was going to an event 4 months prior, I'd start selling stickers.
Hustling.
Yeah, that's just how it was for me. So, but I prefer that rather than someone lying to you, really.
Yeah.
I prefer to know where I am. But it helped me. 150 quid was good in the winter months when you're not doing any events. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, at that point, I was living at home, so I wasn't paying any rent. So it
all tops up at the end of the year.
A lot of money, yeah. Back then, it was a lot of money. Now it wouldn't last me 5 seconds.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, golden times on the team with Mira and Nyquist, the group, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, did you travel with those guys as well? Or?
No, not really, but we'd stay in the same hotels for events and stuff, and then filmed a video with. Never came out. Filmed a video with Marky and Haro video.
It never came out.
No, it never came out. I got it at home, but it never came out.
Oh, no way.
Got it on VHS somewhere. I can't even remember what he called it, but it was due to come out as like an X Games video, but it never materialised. That for whatever reason, don't know.
Did you ever come first in any X Games?
No.
Phil did, right?
Phil had a like Terminator button. I don't know what he'd do. Like, so can you imagine, John? Like, you go to a UK contest 2 weeks before. I'll win that. We go to this one, and he's doing all different tricks. I'm like, what's he doing? And like, he's like a shark. I call him a shark. He used to just circle people whilst they're riding, waiting. He was just a lot more competitive than me, and was able to turn it on in a big. Phil was amazing at that.
Yeah.
Could deliver like under all this pressure, whereas I was just like, whoa. I remember the first time I did the X Games, I stared up at the Jumbotron, and that's the worst thing I ever did. I was just oh shit. Shouldn't. Rule number 1, don't stare at yourself on a TV screen before you ride. That's a bad idea. And I was just like, never doing that again. I did all right after that, like 5th, 6th. I was happy with that.
Yeah. Did you get paid for?
Yeah. Got a couple of grand. It was
that's
a lot of money. Yeah, more than the Euro contest for 5th, 6th.
Yeah.
And then I'd just stay out there. Like I said, I was living in North Carolina for like 4 months at a time. Go home for a month, come back.
Yeah.
Just did it like that for so long, 4 or 5 years.
Well, I didn't even know all that stuff.
I rode for Easton. I rode for Easton for the 1X Games. Rode that Easton Bandit frame. That was a really good frame. It's kind of similar to a standard Dow that Phil rode.
Yeah.
Just a lot heavier. Did that. That was just one event really, and then I rode it at King Concrete the week after, and then swapped it for Quaman, I think. So a frame from Graveyard. Just bought that.
Yeah.
I just got a bit tired of the sponsorship thing, and I was just like, I'm just gonna.
Oh, so you just
wanted to ride what I wanted to
yourself,
ride. Yeah. I didn't want to ride something. I always have this saying: if you wouldn't pay for it,
don't ride it.
Don't ride it. That's what I've said that.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, a lot of people view that as a.
I mean, I was going to ride for Trek for that X Games 2000, and I didn't. I took the Eastern instead because I was like, there isn't a Trek bike. I'm like, you can just put a Trek sticker on. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I just didn't see the point in. What's the point in that? Yeah, it's a free flight, but what's the point? What am I selling?
Yeah, Trek as well.
Yeah. It's all right for a road bike. I mean, years later I do a road bike, but back then I was just like, I can't do that.
Yeah. And when did you stop competing? Or do you still?
2011.
Okay.
Stopped competing. Got tendonitis pretty bad. in the elbow and foot, because you're just repeating stuff. And at one point I got really addicted to being consistent, so I found a way to, sounds crazy, I've years of competing, John, found a way to get consistent.
Yeah.
But so I do every trick 5 in a row. So you got 5, say you got 5 combinations, 5 in a row, next combo.
How long do the combos last?
Depends, up to a minute.
Okay, so
a lot of tricks. Yeah, and then you miss it, you go back and you just get consistent.
Yeah.
But I got one point, I did a comp, Southsea, and I didn't touch all day. Didn't touch at all. Okay. And then it pissed down with rain. And we did the comp in the rain, and the rink was about this in water. And I was doing spinning stuff, I pulled everything. And we were just pissing about. I did a big rollback on the 9-foot, just rolled back around the whole rink. And I rode into the bowl and did a manual out of the snake run bowl and into the rink. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then the next day I just couldn't even walk. And I was just like, done with it. And I went to see a physio and he said, do you do something, a sport repetitively? I said, yeah, doing this. And he's like, yeah, you've got tendonitis. You got to break the habit somehow. Otherwise you're just your arm's gonna be locked. So I kind of stopped riding for a little bit, did a lot of stuff in the gym, and taking a lot of different vitamins that he told me to take, which I hated. I've never done anything like that in my life. Never did the gym, because the BMX was my gym, in my opinion. I was riding.
But imagine how many hours you've spent in the same position on your foot on them pegs.
Yeah, that was a thing as well. I used throughout the career. I used big pegs, small pegs, big pegs, small pegs, and then I got to the small pegs, and I was riding so much your foot kind of arches over,
rolls around it,
and I could feel the pegs when I was just walking along the road. I had a bike, and I'm like, I've got to change this. And then I found a shoe that I still use to this day, Nike shoe, basketball shoe, stiff sole.
Yeah. And
I'm able to ride still. Whereas at this point, I was trying to do everything to make the bike comfortable.
Yeah.
Because there's no fun in riding with your arm locked.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just slowly come back, and then I just had to change the way I rode. And now it's what I'm doing to this day is I learn a trick, move on.
Oh really?
I don't do tricks twice now.
Okay, how crazy.
So I just keep progressing all the time.
How many hours would you say you practiced a week?
One heyday.
When you was full on it, yeah.
I would say about 5 hours, and then
a week.
A day.
A day.
And then at the weekends 8 hours.
Oh wow.
And it was pretty intense, 4 hours at a time, 8 hours. Because I used to read in the magazine that the guys were practicing in like a good friend of mine now, Pete Brandt. He's a San Francisco rider. He was riding 16 hours a day, and I was like, I can't do that. There's just no way. We're trying to do 8.
Was that true?
He says it is. I believe it because he's a machine.
I remember he had the thing. I remember RAD had a pit. He was
on an Arctic
one
adjustment
page in RAD. That was the only BMX page.
Yeah.
Was Pete Brandt. Yeah.
Really, that's sick. Yeah, but I just sort of changed my riding style, and then in the modern day, I'm doing a thing at the moment where I'm sampling my career. So my idea is to I got a bit bored of just doing modern day, and I wanted to when Dave Beveridge passed away, I started to look at this trick he did, the swashbuckle, and then I started playing around with a trick called an ankle buster, which I saw Carlo do years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, well, why can't we do it in the other direction? So it's always backwards, so let's go forwards. Never seen it. And then at the same time, me and James White are both doing the same fucking trick. Okay. I'm like, no way.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I think he's thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the same thing. And then we had a chat about it at the Bob Haro launch last year.
Okay.
And he said what I was thinking, like the 80s era never finished. Everyone saw Kevin Jones and just went,
yeah.
So there's all these tricks just sitting there. So I was sort of thinking about, I've been riding for 42 years. Why don't I try and showcase what I'm doing in a couple of the tricks, you know, and it just sort of spiraled.
Couple of eras.
Yeah, why forget all the tricks you've learned?
Yeah.
Why? And I thought, oh, that's more interesting and it's more creative, and yeah, it's just blown off the chart. It's mad. I just sort of use Instagram now as a sketchbook of ideas, and then working towards a video part. It keeps it interesting for me. I think that's why I've been doing it so long. It's like, it gives me a little bit of fuel to go out and do something new. It's boring to do the same thing every day.
Okay.
Can't just have. I've tried after I come back from injury, or I'll say, I'll be happy to do a hang five. I do one hang five, and then I'm like, right, what is it?
Next?
Yeah, I just can't stay on one. You know,
so
take it easy.
that's what keeps you. That's what keeps you going.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Flatland school thing. What is that? That indoor thing?
About 8 years ago, approached Portsmouth City Council about coaching what I do, Flatland, and because they were doing like going around schools with highway code, and I used to do it at the school I used to manual out in and out of the cones, and they always used to fail me, and I was like, well, this is nonsense. I'm doing it in a wheelie. What are you talking about?
Harder, yeah.
Anyway, I just thought I'll come along and do a couple of tricks and show the kids they might want to get into BMX. So I did that, and then one of the ladies that was there working for the council said, would you like to do this as like an academy, like a school? I said, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, it'd be amazing. But where? And then she said, I've got a hall here. And I was like, really? You can let me ride in there? Yeah. I'm like, wow. So over the years, I've had about 100 kids in there. Like now regularly, I've got like 6 people who are really into it, like of all ages, young ages. Got young Ellis who's like got into it at Southsea, saw Steph Evans' kid riding.
Yeah.
We were around an event, and he Soul, his name is, and he was like, whoa, this guy rides Flatland. He did it, and my girlfriend knows his mum, and they didn't even sort of say, oh, Effraim rides Flatland. I was like, that's a bit strange, but hey. And he's just so not into it. He's like, because like the other day he said, oh, Flat Matters shared my video. It's amazing. I've made it into America. I'm like, you do know that that's me? No, it's not.
He didn't know it was you.
No, I had no idea. He just not into the scene at all. He's like,
amazing.
Oh, have you seen this guy? I'm like, yeah, his name's Kevin Jones. You might want to learn about him. It just hasn't got a clue.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice at the same time. But he's doing really well. And then there's an older guy, Dawson, that's picking up. He's just got a Wheelie People bike. And then there's Jake Lloyd that you were talking about earlier. He's banging into it. He skates as well. Yeah, it's awesome.
So
all ages.
Little group you got there, spread, yes.
Yeah, another guy, tattoo artist, Duncan. He's from Alton, which is about an hour drive. And then Mike O'Connell comes down every now and again because he's in Woking.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's a good group. And then you have a couple of park guys come in and have a little peck, and then they want to learn how to hang five, and then they're off again.
And how often is that?
Every Sunday.
Oh, it's every Sunday?
Yeah.
I thought it was once a month.
For 8 years, yeah, I've been doing it every Sunday.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a good little vibe. Yeah, we have tunes on.
It looks good, yeah.
We have tunes on and try and support everybody.
And how long do you get in there?
2 hours. Can't really afford it anymore, it's too expensive. But yeah, 2 hours is good. And then a tenner for 2 hours. And then I help them as and when they want it.
Yeah.
We just have a session, and then if I see what they're doing wrong, point it out, and then more often than not they get to it, you know. And I said I never had this as a kid. I just used to eat shit and learn.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody telling me, you know, don't move your head and all that.
Rarely, you had video back then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like you just had to learn.
Yeah, or I had Beveridge heckling me, something like that.
But yeah, I mean, what else do you want to cover? Anything else? We've gone through quite a lot there. I don't know what.
You were going to ask me about judging and
judging. Sorry, yeah, judging. I've got questions missing here. Yeah, so how did you get into the judging things? It seems like you fly around a lot of places to do judging, and you seem quite busy because obviously we were going to talk like really busy, months back, and,
really
and you was busy. So.
I think that comes from running Flat Matters and take it back to the zine. Like, I've always known all the names of the tricks and who does the tricks, where they come from. who invented what, blah blah blah. I can still just reel it off like, that's not your trick.
Yeah.
You know, that's my trick. I'm like, no, it's not. It's this guy's trick.
Okay.
So when you sat there on a judging panel, I think there's been a few times where I didn't make finals at events. And like, can you judge? Because I used to just pick people out.
Yeah.
Like Cologne or something like that, I want to say it is. And I think my dad just said, can you judge? Because my dad used to help out with getting judges, that kind of thing, and timekeeping and all that stuff. And then I did it, and then just seemed to be quite natural, to be honest. Like, because it's what I do with the zine and the Flat Matters, really. And then Bart de Jong approached me. I did the feast actually first, and then they changed my scores one year, and I pulled out because I said, well,
what, you put a score down?
They changed it.
The organiser changed it.
They changed it, and I didn't judge at that event for like 9 years, and then the guy, they invited me back. I want to say it's Bart de Jong invited me back because the judging was, they were getting a lot of complaints.
Why did you ask them why?
I knew why. They were doing like a battle format, and they changed the results so certain people didn't meet certain people, which is it's bollocks, really.
Yeah.
Just don't have me there.
Pointless.
Yeah, and I created a big stink about it on Flat Matters, and caused a bit of a war. But some stuff needs to be said, and I didn't think it was. I knew it wasn't right, John. So I just said, this is fucked. So I'm out.
Yeah.
So fast forward, what year was that? 2018. I was invited to Hiroshima, Japan. Bart de Jong said, look, we want to change the judging. We're going to have a seminar, talk about judging, how you judge. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. No one's ever done that. So we had a couple of seminars about over the years. I think we've had 2 recently over the last few years about how you arrive at the score and that kind of thing, and I helped with that. And I just find I'm sort of in my element, John, to be honest. Like, you're picking apart picking apart all the details of what people do, and whether something's original or not, because a lot of the percentage on score is originality.
Okay.
Big part of Flatland. And you know, there's other things that come into it, of course, style, execution and that sort of thing, consistency, but I've sort of done all that with all these years of competing. So Bart just invited me onto that, and then I really enjoy it. I get flown all over the world. I'd never take my bike. I try and take it seriously, and they keep inviting me back. So
cool. How many places did you go to last year?
Did about 7 events last year, not all UCI events. I did a battleground in the US. I did Urban Rural Ride, which is like a event put on by Joris in France, in Lyon. That's a really good event. They fly me out to that, and then I did, what did I do? Feast Montpellier, which is amazing. Okay. That's like Palavas back in the day.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I did the World Championships in Saudi Arabia, which was bloody hot. And then we did Japan, which was amazing, in Sakai.
Okay.
That was just mind-blowing.
Who else was that?
Alexi's there, Johan does it, Johan Chan.
Yeah.
Who else does it? You get different people. Ryan Russell in the States, he used to work for S&M.
Okay.
He's a Flatlander. And who else does it? They get different, Hiroshi, and then you got Travis Collier.
All right.
And then Frank Lucas does it sometimes as well. So you've got a little pool, we try and rotate. I always think that we should rotate more in what we do, because you don't want to have the same judges all the time.
Yeah.
Can get predictable what you're going to score. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's where you get complaints, I think. But so far, get really good feedback. You know, I'm not tied to any brands or anything like that, so I don't give a shit who wins. It's whoever rides good.
Yeah.
But I think they like that I'm just all about Flatland. Really. It's Flat Matters, literally.
What's how many people look at Flat Matters? Do you know?
The last time it depends if it's content, then it could be like 1,000 a day. It's not
really? A lot, yeah. That's a lot, yeah.
It's about 1,000 a day.
Oh, that's
in a heyday, 10k
a day.
Yeah, crashed the site a couple of times.
Oh wow.
Put a must-watch edit up, and the site, like, shit, how many
That's
people are
unreal.
looking at that? Yeah, and then if I post a really good video, like a must-watch video, like I said, can go bonkers, yeah. Or contest news, something like that.
Yeah.
Interviews, exclusive interviews that I do. But I'd like to take it away from the website, really, like I said.
Yeah.
Some way. But I don't really know how I'd do that. I don't have the platform for that, or do I? I don't know. Maybe I have to peck your brains
No,
on
yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
no worries. Yeah, that's what,
I mean, I'd like to do more with the clothing. Like I see you do your
Yeah.
stuff here. I'd maybe like to do something like that again, lifestyle, really, because I think
it's all the same thing. I think it's all the same thing.
I think Flatland, we don't have our own brands in like clothing and stuff like that, whereas we should.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
That's weird that there's like loads of bike brands. Which
That's
seems
what I
like
mean.
there's
That's
loads.
what I mean. You get a t-shirt, but everyone can do a t-shirt. Do
Yeah.
something else. What else you got?
Yeah.
And then it leads on to like, should Flatland be in the Olympics? Well,
yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was one of my questions
well,
as well.
I think it's not really where it should be, because I think it should. It's got more of a place than Park, in my opinion. Because Park is like, it's just flat ground, isn't it? It's easy to understand
Yeah.
in a way. And
Yeah,
like,
you don't need any apparatus. Yeah.
you don't need any apparatus. But I think the good thing about it is you'd get like funding for the guys to have an indoor spot. Like you see the Japanese guys have all got indoor spots. Like they're really well supported by their federation, and don't see that like with other guys. Like you just don't. You see some guys just riding the wet. Which
Do you
sucks.
think it would benefit? How do you think they would try and like manipulate Flatland to get it in the Olympics? Like, because obviously,
I think that it just needs. The discussion that was had was that it needs more female participation.
oh, that's what they said.
But the problem you got is they're all in Japan.
Okay.
So there's loads of girls in Japan, John, and they're amazing. They're so good. But you can't have 8 finalists all from
That's
Japan.
it, right? Yeah.
But I mean, you just got to put it out there. I mean, what they've done with Park's amazing. Like you see how it started, and now you see some of the girls are just amazing at what they do. I'm like, fuck, they're just like.
I can't stand watching the Olympics, man.
No.
I mean, I don't watch it, but like whenever I see a clip, I'm like,
I don't think
such an eyesore.
What I was disappointed with, it didn't really help make BMX bigger.
No.
So it made us busier one day at skatepark where we had Declan there signing autographs.
Oh, okay.
That was it. We had 300 people. That was really cool. But that's more about story, I think.
Yeah.
It's not about the Olympics.
Yeah, totally.
It's about a success story, and fair play to Declan on that. But like as a general thing, it hasn't made BMX bigger, so I don't think it's going to make Flatland bigger. But what it would do, it would open up the door for people to have somewhere to ride, because it wouldn't. The way I see it, it just wouldn't be. Let's just say I was in the Olympics. I wouldn't just have me there. I'd be bringing in all the crew, and then that'd be the positive side of it. But I don't think it would make Flatland bigger, sadly.
Do you think they're going to keep BMX in the Olympics?
No, I don't see it. No.
I don't think neither.
I don't see it.
Sorry.
No. I mean,
I thought he was going to say yes.
if everything, in a way, verts the thing that should be in there. But
I think the same. Yeah.
I mean, you think of, I kind of wish it, but the heyday of Mirror against Bestwick,
Mirror
opposite decks,
Yeah.
and then you got the marketing thing of Miron being the beast everyone hates, and these two going head to head. You don't have that story with personalities anymore. I don't think there's lack of personality. I think,
but that's
whereas
what
back then there was all these personalities, and you could buy into it.
The Olympics makes them all look the same though as well. I think it's just terrible. The clothing's terrible. The riding, don't think it does anyone any favours. Really.
But then it makes the rest of BMX stand out. I think that's
true.
Then you got like the.
But you don't need it to stand out because it's like it's. I don't think anyway.
Yeah, but I think it puts more shine on it, John. And then you go back to how it was in the old days, like the difference between the BFA and then the King of Concrete.
Yeah.
Like, you got like Zach was the guy that really came forward in the King of Concrete from the BFA. That's what I saw. I mean, I think the first time I met him was the first time I remember when I met you was at Chingford.
Yeah.
And he was riding the midi bit.
Yeah.
And he's just going massive, and I'm just like, I've never seen anyone air that. Like, like
Undervert,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I thought you needed a vert for that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
that's what I thought. Just, that's not possible. And that's what you see.
Yeah. You break open. You're breaking it open. You're breaking a new thing open there. Like,
and then it comes to Southsea, and there's something that no one's fucking ever had to this day. I'm like, it's rad. And that's the flip side of the Olympics, and that's a good thing. Like, I think that's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how long it.
But I don't think, but vert won't go in the Olympics, will it? Because I mean, they're talking about Tony Hawk in skateboarding, aren't they? But I mean.
The skating is I think is similar because it's too complicated for like people to really figure out what's going on. Yeah. Which is the same as BMX.
And maybe they're not going high enough, whereas in vert they are on bikes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like Lincoln Ueda, like dude goes massive.
But I know what you're
saying.
There's not many vert riders left either, like you say.
But if they're not going to see it, then there's not going to be.
Yeah.
It's like the Flatland thing. I think it's like it's big certain places where it's seen all the time.
Yeah.
But where it's not seen all the time, it's not. It's obvious.
Yeah. Exposure.
If you're not going to see it, then of course it's not going to get there, is it? Like.
Nah.
I mean, you look at London back in the day, South Bank, and with Nick Phillip and TLB writing about it, and some rad graphics and some fucking sick photos. Bang, Flatland's like massive.
Yeah.
Street becomes big, like, you know, just because of a couple of images. You don't realise the impact it has.
I think those people was still riding. They were riding, but they moved on to like Flatland and Street.
Yeah, it's very similar now.
Yeah.
I think modern day Street is basic Flatland.
Yeah,
that's what it is. On a foot high
rooftop says that.
On a foot high ledge. Yeah, we had a chat about it at Hastings. And
so you called it obstacle Flatland?
Yeah, he was like making a wise crack. I was invited to present Nora Cup Rider of the Year, and he made a wise crack about Flatland. I said, "You made your career out of landing flat." Shut up, dude. And he was just like, "You got me there, dude." I'm like, "Come on, mate. Come on." It was funny though. It was good shit.
Yeah, he's good for it. Yeah, I don't know if you've got anything else that you want to chuck in.
I can't remember what you were going to ask me.
I've got them all down there. I think you covered them pretty much like without me asking. They just rolled on naturally.
What did we say about flat matters? We've done that, didn't we? Yeah. I finally get to find out what you're looking at on the video. I wanted to know. Is there a new generation of Flatland coming through?
Yeah, that was it.
There is.
You kind of covered that already.
Yeah.
So.
Really amazing. It kind of annoys me at the same time. Like, I wrote an editorial about Flatlanders need to film video parts and stuff like that, because everything's on Instagram, which I don't agree with. I think that you need to have your own album, and the video part is your album, and that's how you progress yourself in a more meaningful way, rather than me scrolling through. Oh, where was that trick you did? Swipe, lost. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you think like back to Head First, what that did for BMX. Like, I think BMX in general could do with a lot more of that. Somebody's video part. It'd be amazing to see.
But that's like what you say, like you want a tangible concept. You can go.
Yeah, like I'd love to watch a Scott Mallion edit now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's probably not what I remember him to be, but I still love what he does.
He's still amazing.
Yeah, and the way he does stuff, that's what makes him Scott Mallion.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's fucking sick, and that's what's missing.
Yeah.
Like like I said, I like things that are far removed. I think Flatlanders, particularly, we pay attention to more what's going on in BMX. Like, I liked Nails in the Coffin when it comes out. You see Jerry's section, you're like, Jesus. Yeah, it's groundbreaking. It's awesome because you're painting your own picture, and people are too scared to paint their own picture, which is the problem with BMX, and that's why you got into BMX, to be different.
Yeah.
But then you become the same. Like what you're saying about the Olympics. But the reason why you got into it is to be different.
Yeah.
You want to do something different, alternative culture.
Yeah, to not be like the mainstream, so to speak.
But then you become
be like the guys that you've looked at.
What I've always thought is then you become that mainstream BMXer. Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
but you're in a smaller group.
Yeah, why? And then, I'm only going to do Instagram because that's what everyone else does. That's what the modern day generation of Flatlanders are doing. And I said, no, this has got to stop. And then this year...
It will, though.
Thankfully this year, a few guys have messaged me and said, pay attention, we filmed a part for you, Effraim. Thank fuck for this. Yeah. And then I've had my work cut out this year for Edit of the Year. But I think it grows the sport. People get motivated. I mean, there was a point on my social media where all I saw was Flatland videos.
Yeah.
From October till now. Bang, video part every week. I'm like, wow, what is going on here? This is unheard of.
It naturally, like you said earlier, it will die. It will peak and it will go down again because people get bored of this.
Yeah.
And in these times, I feel is happening now.
Yeah.
People are just like that. Fuck.
It sucks when you want to find something and you're like, I can't be bothered.
It's not worth the hunt. You can't just spend half an hour looking for something.
Yeah, whereas also the thing that I had a really good conversation with a BMXer at Southsea a couple of years ago, and I was like, you know what? I think he's right. He said about music, and he said, you know what's different? Modern day, the music sucks on all the videos. So back in the day, you got a song, and you hear it. And you go, that was from that section.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And you don't have that now. You don't have an Instagram video where you go,
the song,
he wrote whoever you like Corey Walsh, let's just say. You probably could tell me, but I'll be like, But you can't go, they're just using a song that's trending. And you're like, you're being told what to use. That's not what you've spent all that time creating the trick, and then you're just picking a trending song so it gets more views. That is the biggest sort of...
What do you mean that on like a YouTube vid now?
Because Instagram video or YouTube, you're picking a trending...
Because in Instagram, it's rare that I will see something on Instagram.
In Flatland, you see it a lot. You see the same song over and over, and you're like... And then you look, and it's trending, and you're like, oh no, you've just picked it because it's trending. And that's what I'm saying is, you've gone to all the trouble to create this trick, and then you've gone, what's going to get more views? Oh, I'm going to do this. Whereas that's what I respect about somebody like James White. He never does that.
Yeah.
He's
got his own vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And for me, that's why he's standing out, and it's because he's painting his own picture, and that is what BMX is. Paint your own picture. Don't be scared.
It's rare on Instagram. I was going to say.
What I liked about Pedro Mello, paint it. He don't give a fuck. He ain't even got grips. Don't care.
I've never. I don't think so far been on Instagram and thought that song's amazing.
No. Yeah.
Because you don't really hear it properly on Instagram.
No. But on a video part, you remember it forever.
Because it's in your living room and you can almost feel it.
But I think you study video parts more as well, don't you? If you like somebody, you've got to watch that over and over, and you can tell me at what point somebody does whatever trick, And I could do that. We're sat at the skate park sometimes watching a video, and I'm like, the music's going crack, table 5, and they're like,
that's it,
how the fuck do you know? I was like, I haven't watched this for 15 years. I'm like, but that's lost, and I think that's a massive thing about why BMX skateboarding still has it.
It's not got as much character, but the character, the media, the media's not great at the minute.
No.
So it's hard to put
Well, you are the media at the moment in the UK, aren't you? Really?
Well, exactly. So
that's rad though. DIY. That's why I started.
You need more.
That's why I started Flat Matters. Do it yourself. I didn't like what was going on. That's why I started Flat Matters. I didn't like the way it was going, and then Mark give me that push.
Gave you
the push.
Gave
Go.
Spark,
you deserve more than one page, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start writing about it.
Yeah.
What I care about. What's right. What's wrong. What's crap. What's not.
Man.
Complaining about my score being changed. Like, what the fuck am I doing here in France? But that's bollocks, though. You can't.
Well, you can take it in your own hands, and that's exactly what you've done. So.
And it was literally what the title was about, Flat Matters.
Yeah.
Because it does matter.
So another thing I was going to ask actually was who are the 5 most pivotal Flatlanders in history?
Jesus.
For you, like
me.
obviously for other people, that there might be different, but for you personally, like who would you say has left their mark
on me
and changed it?
Fucking hell.
I mean, obviously there's one really. There's two real obvious ones.
Kevin Jones.
Yeah.
Chase Goodwin.
Yeah, there's two.
Pete Brandt. That's 3. Marty Quapper. And then 5. I would say in the modern age, James White.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. That'd be my 5. All bring different things to the reason why you do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think James does a lot with I think a lot of people just film, I'll be guilty of it myself, just film with a static camera, put your phone down, static shot, and he's like moving shot, and he's thinking about it. He's got like a fishing reel or something, and the footage is following him. I'm like, how the fuck is he doing that? And then he got that Insta 360 gimbal way ahead of everybody else. I've just got one myself because he told me what to get. Yeah, and then I think you've got Kevin Jones. Obviously, invented so much stuff. It's like modern day Rodney Mullen type for BMX. Chase Goodwin took the brakeless riding so far. It's like never going to be touched. It's got stuff that's never going to be touched.
Even before he was brakeless, he had that like extra.
And they have character, which I like. And then Pete Brandt was just like one of my biggest inspirations. Just how clean everything was. And the music, I like a lot of hip hop stuff, and I like my dad used to listen to a lot of jazz music, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, that kind of thing. And then I realised years on, all these hip hop records are sampling what my dad used to listen. Like, I know that. I don't know that. No, it's Blue Note Records. That's what it is. And then I find myself liking all that sort of stuff, and like hip hop fits. I find the stuff that fits me is all the like the jazzy riffs and that kind of thing, and that fits my style. So that's sort of come full circle on that one. But yeah, that'd be my 5. Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, a good 5. I knew two obvious ones would be in there, but I didn't know.
Kevin and Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in BMX in general, that'd be a good one. So I would say Hoffman.
Yeah.
Bestwick. Who would be street? Let's pick a street head. Garrett. I do really like what Garrett does. Garrett Reynolds, 3. Dirt wise, I always liked Nyquist, so I'll go with Nyquist because he was really always amazing, like performer. He could just turn it on and I'm like, man, where did that go from? So I picked Nyquist, and then I'd say Carlo.
Yeah.
He's always been like a hero for me.
Solid 5.
Just seeing what he could do. I can always remember the air that everyone talks about in Manchester, that he just looked at me, and there was Carl Denton went up to him just before his runs, like, I'm going to beat you. And he turned around and looked at me and he went, watch this first air. I'm going to give it to him. And then I'm going to break the bike deliberately. He deliberately broke the bike on the 5. He hated the bike.
He bent the bike, didn't he?
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to break it. I'm already going to win this contest on this one air. This guy's a joke. And I was like, who else can say that? Like, and like, the guy was just a bit weird. I always thought that was funny. I laughed at that. Stuck in my mind. I wanted to bring that up tonight because I've talked about Carlo and Craig a lot. And Neil Ruffle deserves one of the most amazing memories I have, a whole shot. I'd love to see the footage because I want to say, I feel like, did I imagine it or did he do it? So he had the bike laid down and he walked onto the Flatland area and he stamped on the tough wheel and then the bike shot up and he went into a cherry picker.
Okay. And
Vince Gregory came back to Southsea and learnt it. So I feel like he did do it, but I'm like, but you know when you've years on.
Yeah, you can't verify it.
And I want to see it. Like, I was always amazed. Remember Hoffman used to do the frame stand and then he kicked the bar, double bars.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like stuff that comes round.
Did you see Neil ride other than
No.
King of Skateparks?
No, he's amazing at Southsea.
King of Skateparks as well.
The fast plant was But that one hammer foot we talked about earlier, that's just embedded in my brain. Like, man.
He lived in Walthamstow, which was near Chinkford.
Oh, really?
We used to ride past their house. They had a half pipe in the front garden, but we never saw him ride. He came to Chinkford like a couple of times, but I never saw him ride.
He was so good at Southsea, John. Jesus.
Yeah, he was good. Like,
he was toe to toe with Craig, and at that time, Craig was like.
Canning always used to tell me Neil Ruffall was one of the dudes. Yeah.
The can was different as well.
Yeah.
Did some weird thing with the can.
Yeah, he was over the back of the bike.
Coming back
like
rather than
tuck.
forward. Yeah, I was going to say that. It's like a tuck.
Yeah, it was weird.
Really good, sort of like a fuzzy hall type thing going on. I don't know before. I think he was he was stylish before we knew what style was. Does that make sense? Same as Craig.
Yeah, that fascinates me, the style, because I'd say the first style guy I ever saw would have been Eddie Fiola. The first person that I ever saw trying to like put something into it, and then it would be
But see, I never saw him live before that. I mean, I saw him after that.
If you look at the old pics, even earlier, you can see he's like. And then,
but Neil and Craig were the first where I thought, oh, this is like different.
Yeah, for sure.
You're putting your own.
Jess was another one.
Yeah. The 540 in the Kiel was, man, that was amazing. I think he was on a coaster as well, which is mad. Sure, he was on a coaster.
I think he might have switched back and forth. Yeah.
He had those really weird GT pegs, like
they
fold
flip
out,
down like
massive,
motorbike things.
Massive, What was that about? We've done some. I remember wanting a Skyway platform. Those things were fucking horrendous. I don't know why I wanted one, John. It's one of them things. I laugh about it now. I go.
Well, because you probably had a mongoose, like you said.
I did,
made it into a freestyle bike.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I didn't have the money for a bike.
Yeah. Those things didn't really take off, man. I don't think I ever saw one, other than Craig or someone like that had one. But yeah.
Amazing. Good times, BMX.
Yeah, man.
Many years.
Still going.
Yeah, 51, still going. Yeah, I love it more than ever. I think that's what's just kept me at it, really. Sometimes I just go and blast the law courts or ride around the skate park and do stuff. Manual out of the bowl, I just have fun whatever I'm doing. I mean, that's one video I hang fired from the top of the park into the bowl.
I need to go on flat matters. I don't think I've ever been on it. That's bad.
Referee, send him off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to bullshit you. Yeah.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't know what I'm talking about anyway.
No, but I want to have a look now. But yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. If you're good with
amazing.
That,
it's been amazing to catch up with you.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
Thanks for having me on it.
No, thanks for coming, man.
I'm a big fan of the show, so I just love BMX, and it's good to hear your perspective on things, and I've learned a lot from your podcast. Actually, I was like, man, I didn't know that, and it's good to.
Yeah, me too. That's fucking.
From one nerd to another, John.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, man. No worries.
Pleasure.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for listening. We've got a Patreon page, so if you could show us any support, we'd be most grateful. The link's below. A lot of work goes into these shows, so anything you could do would be much appreciated. Thank you.